Hello everyone! Welcome back to Toonkind D&D. This is the second session of the Race to Atlantis campaign. My name is Breaks, and I am the DM for this session. And I am leading an intrepid crew of perhaps villainous, maybe not so villainous pirates. If we could go from top to bottom, if everybody would please introduce yourselves and your characters. That's you, Frosty.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, my name is Frosty. I play Gibbs. He's honestly just vibing. It's my first game, so yeah.
Yeah! Oh, welcome. Do you mind sharing what class he is?
He's a wild soul barbarian.
Nice. Okay.
Knew it!
Alright. And Hazard?
Hello, everyone. I'm Hazard 100. You've probably seen me before. And I'll be once again playing Sebby, the paladin of Cristobal, and the pirate, and the helpful pirate of the seas.
Awesome.
I'm ghostygoo, and I am playing Mr. Mantis, who is learning this whole anger management thing on the fly.
He's a small shrimp. I love him.
He's amazing.
He's
My name is Teru, and I'll be playing Murmur, the Circle Shepherd's Druid that probably wasn't supposed to be here, but like now that he's here, like what can he do now?
Yeah. Well,
Um,
we're glad to have him.
it's great. He
Alright.
looks pretty tall on his photo, but he's actually pretty short.
Okay. Like, how short are we talking about? The same size as Mr. Mantis?
Not that short. Just maybe how
Gibbs is like 4'3".
Um. All right, not that short either. He's probably like 5 feet.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going Sebby, Murmur, Mr. Mantis. No, Gibbs and then Mr. Mantis.
Yeah.
Nice.
This crew is mostly short people.
Yeah.
We're all here to kick your shins.
Alright, so I'm going to retreat into the game zone, because, oh, wow, that's a lot of people. I love you all. Okay, so, where our session starts off, it is a dark night lit only by the full moon, as a rowboat crosses the harbor, completely dark except for the light of the moon guiding it. And in that boat are four figures plus one extra. Uh, the person rowing and kind of leading the way, thanks to their ability to see in the dark, is one first mate Benmont Taraxis, member of the Final Cut crew. He's been assigned to escort you to the first mission, and the other four characters are the ones who just introduced themselves. So, as the boat crosses the harbor, you see one large ship come into focus. A very ornate, very detailed figure at the bow. And it's odd, but you could swear there's like an odd sound coming across the harbor, kind of like a sobbing put to a log. It's odd. It's hard to tell where it's coming from. But as the rowboat comes a little closer, Benmont stops rowing and he's like, turns to the four of you and says, "Okay, so the captain did tell you what we're doing here, right?" He kind of pushed us off there kind of quickly.
I mean, Sebby certainly knows.
Okay, good. I'm glad one of us knows. But yeah, like your guys are here to find the map that this gnome dude's going to be using to get to Atlantis, air quotes on air quotes, and it's somewhere in there. I've been kind of scouting it out like night to night. It seems like almost unmanned, but I'd still be careful. Um, all right.
Wait, we were getting a map.
Yeah, map.
Um. Yeah. Sorry, I'm still reeling on for with the fact that I was kind of hired on the spot.
I
Sorry.
mean, you kind of stowed aboard.
Ugh. I
You, aye,
I didn't
you are
mean to.
still a landlubber after
I,
all.
I fell asleep in a barrel.
Oh,
I don't trust this.
hmm.
Well, it's our pretty trustworthy, says me.
I
Well,
mean,
And he shoots finger guns at you.
Just
Aye.
clicks his claws back at you.
And Sebby sort of like flinches as you do that sort of thing, like, "Oh, don't scare me like that. I was, I was thinking you were casting a hex or something."
I'm I'm a druid, but thanks for thinking I'm that powerful.
hmm. Well, I'd say this mission's probably more in the stealthy range, so keep the
Well, it's a
spells
good.
to a minimum.
Oh well, don't worry about it. I have the perfect spell when we get on land.
Okay. Well, on boat. Um,
Well,
let's see.
on boat, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, I got you.
I'm still tired.
All right.
Ugh.
How about
I
you,
mean,
Grandpa? You doing back good? Okay, back there?
I'm gonna say that he was staring off into the ocean, probably trying to play with a fish. And he looks back up, and he's like, "Wait, what?
That,
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
okay.
I mean, as long as you know we're, just being good people, I'm down for whatever.
Uh,
If these guys are bad, sure."
uh, good people, good tunes, good thieves. Yeah, yeah, we're good. Um, okay. I think
Okay.
Hey, if it makes
As
you
long
feel
as we
better,
don't
I'm
kill
pretty
anyone,
good.
we're fine.
yes, no killing people. Preferably we get in and out without anyone noticing.
I'm I'm
Aye,
pr- I'd say I'm
let's,
pretty good
Sure.
myself.
aye, let the powers of Cristobal hide our path.
Yes, yes, that. All right. Now if you guys, let's see. I'm gonna pull us in. If there, it should be. Yeah, yeah. I'll throw this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you can
Just
climb
let
up here. So he pulls the boat in a little closer and kind of motions for you guys to be quiet so you guys can climb aboard.
All right. Right off the bat, I'm gonna cast pass without a trace.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to?
Everybody.
Yeah.
So
Can you explain what
each
that does?
creature, each creature I choose within 30 feet of me, and everybody's around me, so it's everybody on the little boat we're on, gets a +10 to stealth.
Awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Added on to whatever you're gonna roll with.
Okay. So,
And to
And
help with that, Sebby's going to channel divinity to be channel divinity, specifically marine layer.
okay. What does that do?
As an action, you can channel the sea to create a thick cloud of fog that surrounds you and heavily obscures the area for 20 feet in all directions, following you as you move.
Okay, that's
You
pretty
and
cool.
all creatures within 5 feet of you instead treat fog as lightly obscured. The
Okay.
fog lasts for 10 minutes, spreads around the corners, and cannot be dispersed.
Very cool. Okay. So with that, this tiny little sequestered fog cloud has crossed the harbor, gone up to the boat, and is now moving up over the railing. Would everybody would like to make their stealth checks, please?
everybody with a +10.
Plus 10.
It's great because my stealth was a +2 and now it's a +12.
That's awesome.
Same here.
Oh, we got 30. That's nice.
Jesus. That's the highest I've ever rolled.
Oh,
That's
whoops.
amazing.
Whoops. I'm sorry. I'm really used to dice made and not this dice bot.
Okay, good. We got a 32, a 19, and a 14. Okay. All right. So, Murmur's having a little bit of trouble getting up the side, but you still managed to make it aboard relatively quietly, and the fog is definitely helping. Once you get aboard onto the ship, now with this fog, can you guys see through it, or is your vision equally obscured?
I mean, Mr. Mantis is 2 feet tall, so he's probably like right in there, you know?
I gotcha.
You can see nothing.
Nothing.
We're all short.
Okay.
We probably all can't see anything.
Okay. Yeah. How about perception checks with disadvantage then, please?
All right.
Um, is it okay if Gibbs uses his hearing? Because his eyes do kind of glow, but I don't think that affects his sight. I think
Okay.
he has them closed because of that.
All right.
Uh,
Oh, oof, that one. Yeah, Mr. Mantis
Yep.
is lost in the sauce currently.
Wait a moment. Let me roll my second one.
Okay. Okay, so an
All
8,
right,
Okay.
14.
14, yeah. 14, 17, and
Well, no.
oh dear. Yeah, if you want to roll, okay, so yeah, for hearing you wouldn't really need to do the disadvantage, but that's still pretty a low roll. With the sounds of the creaking of the boards beneath you, the sloshing of the waves, it's hard to make out anything else around you. At least
But
you
what
don't.
about with Sebby?
For Sebby, you've had more experience with this, calling up this fog. So you take your time, you look for the shadows moving in the fog, and you don't notice anyone. The boat doesn't seem to be manned. At least you don't see anyone.
Yeah. Don't see anyone yet. That's a good sign.
Okay. From over the railing, you hear Benmont whisper, "I'll be down here. I'll keep on the rowboat in case you guys need to make a speedy getaway."
Aye.
Okay.
Aces. Gotcha.
All right. Okay. Sebby, with that roll, what you do notice is that there is a door a little further in, leading into the boat.
And Sebby sort of points that out to everyone. Says, "All right. All we need to do is to head through that door."
Okay.
Um, with my roll for uh perception, would I be able to see everybody?
You probably can see who's around you. Um, but I mean, the fog is too thick to make out anything beyond like maybe 10 feet away from where you are.
All right. I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab. I'm gonna grab Gibbs, and I'm going. I don't know if Mantis is okay with me holding him, but I'm going to hold the hem of his shirt, and I'm going to and I say, doesn't seem.
Okay. You kind of cut off there. Could you repeat that?
Yeah. I did I cut off when I said stuff?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I
All
got
right.
the last bit didn't come through.
Okay. I don't want to lose you guys in this fog, so I'm gonna hold you. Is that all right?
So
Trust
Mr. Mantis sort of reaches up and grabs like the hem of your shirt with his claw, because if somebody's going to be leading him around, it's going to be on his turn.
And Sebby is sort of going to
I
make
grabbed Gibbs.
that everyone is bound together by
Mm.
tying a bit of rope to the barbarian's arm.
Okay.
I can already tell you Gibbs not down with something being tied around him. But he is gonna whisper to Murmur, like, well, I kind of have to keep my eyes closed because of the glow. That'd be easy for them to notice if we're trying to sneak.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want you to hang on to me.
Oh, yeah. So I'm down, but like I'm pretty heavy. I don't think you want to try to pick me up.
Oh no. Oh, I meant your hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't know where he is, so he's just kind of waving his hand.
I hold your hand. We are now holding hands
Oh.
on the
Awesome.
pirate ship. What if we hold hands on a pirate ship and we were sneaking? Haha, JK. Unless.
Okay, going off your previous stealth rolls to get onto the deck, getting over to the door is no problem. Again, if you're keeping an eye out, there is the deck of the ship appears to be abandoned. There's no one about, but you get to the door, no problem.
It, you cut out there.
You get to the door without any problem.
Okay.
Hey, hey guys, I have a question.
Hmm.
I,
Why is there fog?
that would be me. Specifically, the blessings of Cristobal. She
This
hides
might be a detriment.
our tracks as we are stealthily
I'm
walking onto the ship.
I'm already hiding our tracks. I can't see. Murmur is high key squinting right now. It is very difficult.
Sebby sort of sighs and says, "All right, if you want to."
No, it's fine. It's
The
fine.
fog won't be very helpful once we get below deck anyway.
All right, all right. Sebby dispels the fog, and it sort of lets out a little. You feel a little static before it just
Nice.
disappears.
You can. Or how many times are you able to do that a day?
When it, I can do that many times as I can.
All right, just make sure to do that when we leave. All right.
Aye, aye.
Just so
And
Sebby,
hey,
we're,
Layla.
we're not
as
just
he sort of like covers the backside of the group.
Okay, so you guys are at the
Yay,
door.
we can see.
What's your plan here?
Can Gibbs turn his hearing aids up and try to listen?
Sure.
Okay. That's what he's gonna do.
Okay, so go ahead and roll perception. Does that give you advantage, or does it add to the modifier?
I think it's just advantage.
Okay, so go ahead and listen with advantage.
Do your best, Gibbs.
He will do his best.
All right.
Oh, okay.
All right, and once more for advantage. Okay, so we'll take the 12. All right, turn your hearing aids up, you press your ear to the door, and you listen for a few moments. But you don't hear anything beyond the door. Either it's an exceptionally thick door, there's nobody on the other side. The only thing you do hear is, and that seems to be a bit louder, the sound of somebody sawing logs. And it's hard to determine where that sound's coming from. But you definitely hear it.
What'd you hear, Gibbs?
So either this is a really thick door, no one's on the other side, or that it really is somebody on the other side sawing a bunch of logs. I'm not. What?
Sebby's going to
Why
take
is that a thing?
Sebby's
Fine.
going to take a listen.
Okay, you gonna roll perception?
I met a lot of people in my time.
Oh, that's a
Boys do
nat
that
20.
sort of stuff.
Hot dang. Okay, so you do actually
Ooh.
hear the same thing that Gibbs did. And listening carefully, you hear very faintly, just on the edges of the hearing, of like sounds of machinery moving. but it doesn't seem to be close. It seems to be deeper in the ship, if anything. So,
Sounds like a machine.
mhm.
Sebby sort of murmurs to the others.
But you
Wait, you
don't hear
told
anything
me?
on the other side of the door.
What trickery is this?
Sebby is going to slowly creak open the door and have a peek.
Okay.
Machine, what's that? Sounds like food.
A machine is something these new fancy folk like to call them. I actually saw one myself. It was something called a movie camera. He called himself a reporter, and he was recording our adventures.
Scary, burn it.
Good lord, it's been so many years since I've heard something like that.
It sounds like the devil's plaything.
It's not. It's actually kind of fun.
It's
Yeah.
confusing but helpful.
Okay.
I
Though
don't know what's going on. Eat the rich.
All right. So, as you're peeking through the open door, you don't really see anything. It is pitch black on the other side of the door. It's also night, and the only light that you really have at the moment is coming from the moon. But the moon's rays don't cast any light into the door on the into the room on the other side.
I think Gibbs is gonna squint a little bit. Just let his eyes open just a tiny bit.
Okay.
Are you feeling like heading in, guys?
Well, will you be entering?
yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
If everybody who's entering could make a dex check, please.
Text check, not stealth.
Uh, if you want to be stealthy, go ahead and roll stealth.
All right, remember, Pass Without a Trace is still up. It stays up for an hour.
That's good to know. Oh, the 30. Nice. 20. 32.
Chocolate mocha.
That's a nat 20 right there.
Yeah. Hey.
Sebby's like the wind.
He is the fog that rolls in. A very static charged fog.
And 27. Wonderful rolls all around. As you make it into the room, you guys are going very slowly and carefully, so you don't actually knock over any of the boxes that you come into contact with. It appears that this is a storage area. There are boxes piled up. It is still very dark, so it's hard to see where you're supposed to go in the room.
God, this is so many bed areas I can make into.
I just love that he's always on the look for hobo places.
Like I don't know what to tell you. He's homeless.
There you
He he does not know how to read, and he's new in town.
go. Aha. Okay, so this room is
Sebby.
still very dark.
The devil's plaything.
Okay.
Is Mr. Mantis going like that like every 20 minutes? I love that.
He does not like machinery.
It's okay. No, neither does Murmur.
Sebby doesn't mind it. He's witnessed it before.
Okay.
It just hasn't seen any kind of machinery in like several years. So like he doesn't
It's
even know what to think.
It's so great. It's so great. This whole party is just old people.
Indeed, it is.
The geriatric pirates.
Okay, I'm dad aged. I'm not.
Well, we have a grandpa, we have a dad. I'm not exactly sure where Mr. Mantis falls into the aspect. And
I would
know
say
have a-
middle-aged.
Middle-aged? Okay. Second dad. Older uncle? Grunkle?
Sebby would be the drunk.
Okay.
God. God.
Okay. We're getting some echo from your mic, Ghosty.
Yeah, we're at a drive-through. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's valid.
From across the waters, you
Entirely
hear
fair.
you hear the sounds of a very packed
I'd like
restaurant.
Two number nines, a number 9 large.
It's like a white
Okay.
chocolate mocha and a mango smoothie.
Nice. Okay.
Never forget the dragon fruit.
All right. So, what are you guys gonna do about finding your way around in here?
Sebby sort of looks to the group and says, "Anyone got a light?"
I
I am the
I-
light.
Oh.
He opens his eyes.
Wah.
but good idea. Okay, who's strong enough to hold him?
You're going to use Gibbs like a flashlight?
Well,
Lem-
hey Gibbs. Hey Gibbs.
Gonna take his glasses
You wanna-
off though,
You
so
want
that
you want me to hold you, Gibbs?
I think I'm like 275 pounds. I wish you luck, my friend.
It's
I
okay.
pick him
have
up.
12. I have 12 strength.
So Mr. Mantis is going to try and pick him up, and the roll I just did was for strength.
Okay, that's a dirty 20. Will Gibbs contest this?
No.
Okay.
No,
You are now
since,
being
you know,
held by a mantis.
This
Mantis
is fine.
shrimp.
A mantis shrimp.
This is fine.
Such a tiny little thing.
Mm-hmm. Just walking around with this big old grandpa.
Hey. Sebby,
Okay.
make fun of us because you're the only one that's tall here.
Sebby
I'll
wasn't
stab your ankles.
Sebby looks to Mantis and says, "Don't drop that landlubber now. He looks like he could shatter any moment." So this is sort of
That's
whispered.
pretty rude.
That bold of you to assume that I like the land.
Alright.
Just so we're clear, he has no idea what landlubber really means.
Okay. So, with your eyes open, you cast. We'll say. Well, the glowing eyes allow you to see decently within 5 feet, and then it's dim light within 10 feet. So you do get a bit of a better look at the room, much better than it was in the darkness. It is indeed a storage room, and boxes have been stacked haphazardly all over the place. There
You're
are
doing great, Gibbs.
yeah, there are a few paths through here, but you're not far enough into the room to be able to see like the walls, the far wall or the side walls. You'll need to move around and explore a little bit.
Gibbs cannot see any of this because he took off his glasses so that way, it wouldn't
Right.
obstruct the light.
Can I roll for perception now
Sure.
that we have a good light?
Yeah, go for it. Okay, a 14?
Ah,
Anybody?
nice.
All right,
It's the same roll I did last time.
Yeah, no worries. With the Gib light, you're able to make your way through the room fairly easily, avoiding knocking anything over. And on the far wall, you find a single door. It is brown and it has a rather ornate keyhole below the knob.
"Hello," Sebby says as he sort of looks at the lockpick. "Though I'm not one of those folks that do underhanded things, I think this is important."
Okay. Are you going to check out the door?
I don't know how to lockpick, but quick question.
Mhm.
Is there any box that is small enough to fit in my hands?
Yeah, you can find a box that size.
Can I open it?
Sure.
What is inside of it?
What's inside of the hand-sized box is a store of matches, carefully stored in a non-flammable material to be used, you assume, to light lanterns and that sort of thing.
Uh, uh, Murmur has not seen these before, so he puts it in his mouth.
It tastes faintly of sulfur and wood.
Sebby sort of notices this and says, and sort of whispers, "Oi, landlubber, don't put those things in your mouth, lest you be light a flame."
Word tastes good.
It tastes like sulfur. It's like
Sebby
spoiled
sort of
eggs.
Sebby sort of just pulls the matches out and sort of pockets them.
Too late. Too late. Too late. They're being crunched.
Crunch,
Sebby
crunch.
sort of like, no, 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 no. As he sort of
I've heard sulfur is
Gulp.
good for your skin.
Oh my gosh. Okay. You've eaten your rations for the day. Murmur.
Tastes really.
Okay, there are no more matches left. You do have an empty box with some fireproof material in it. Not much.
Sebby sort of sighs as he sort of rubs his temples. What are you made of, lad?
Flesh last time I checked.
Oh my gosh.
Well, it certainly doesn't seem like it.
You guys, please keep it down.
Sorry. Anyways, let's keep going forward.
Okay. So, if you would like to take a closer look at the door, roll investigation.
Let's see.
Um, is there any more matches I can find?
That would involve opening more boxes, and just as a side note, this is supposed to be a stealth mission. If you open too many boxes, it'll probably be obvious that someone was through here.
I guess so. That's
that
a
might
little
not
sad. I
remember-
wanted.
That might not matter to Murmur, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pocket some.
Okay, just some of like the smaller boxes. Just
Yep.
okay. We'll say you have 3 mystery boxes. All right. So we have a 3 from Mr. Mantis, a 13 from Sebby. Oh, a -1 from Gibbs.
Oh
I'm
no.
so sorry, old man.
Wait, let me.
I mean, he's not wearing his glasses, so.
So that
Oof.
makes sense.
Oof, and a
yeah.
2. Okay. Sebby, with
Hey,
the highest
hey,
roll,
hey.
you have found that the door doesn't appear to be locked.
While everyone else thinks it's locked, and Sebby sort of says, "I don't need to lockpick this door. It's not locked."
Yeah. Murmur goes. Yep. This is a door.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Should I
blur.
punch it?
There's a door.
That's a blur. I don't know where you guys see a door.
And Sebby sort of slowly is going to peek behind the door. Like,
Okay, so
You can-
Sebby is opening the door?
yep.
Could you make a con saving throw for me, please?
God.
Bless you. Okay, so you got was that an 18 there?
Yep.
Okay, 18. Okay, so you feel something try to take a hold of you, but you're able to shake it off. The protections of Crystal Ball keep the magical trap that was waiting for anybody to open the door from affecting you.
Yeah,
So,
Sebby sort of
yeah.
like the magic of this trap is sort of bzzz, like electricity sort of shocks it off.
Nice.
I
And
told you the machines were the devil's plaything.
and as you
Yeah.
see the door, as the trap goes off, turns into a red door. But you're now
Glowing?
able to open it. It's not glowing, it's just red, like painted red.
Um, does anybody know if this place was made by someone rich or someone with authority? What was
What
this
you probably
ship?
heard from Captain Rook was that it this is the ship belonged to a gnome named Whitty, who is setting off on an expedition, and he definitely probably mentioned that Whitty was a famous, well-known. Uh,
Eat the
yeah,
rich.
yeah, a lot, very rich.
Eat the rich.
Yeah. Okay. So, as you open the door, the sounds of machinery overtake you, and the what you see on the other side is just a bunch of pistons all going at the same time, ka-tink, 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 all over the room, except for a small area right in front of the, well, right behind the door at this point, where it's safe and no pistons seem to be going. But oh my gosh, it's just going everywhere.
Hey
Sebby,
guys, I
Sebby
have a
sort of
very question.
what?
I have a very important question.
I
Do I throw a rock at it?
Sebby sort of like is frightened at this and says, "No, we need to be stealthy.
Okay,
If
everybody else.
these machines
Everybody else.
expect something."
This we'll have a vote. We'll have a vote. We'll have a vote. Who says I take out a rock from my pocket because I have a pocket full of rocks because that's just how I am? Uh, if you want me to throw a rock into those, say aye.
Mantis rapidly clicks his claws at you in approval.
Gibbs is just frantically shaking his head as he's trying to get out of Mantis's grip now.
Gibbs, do you want me to throw a rock?
I would really appreciate it if you wouldn't.
Sebby sort of says, "Nay, no rock throwing."
Well, it's a tie vote. I'll do it when we get out. I put the rock away.
Sebby sort of is sort of going to throw away these rocks.
They're in my pocket. You can't.
Sebby's going to reach inside your pocket
They're
and
in my pockets are hammer space. There's nothing in my pockets.
Okay. So, are you holding a rock?
I held a rock
You
and
held.
I put it away
Okay.
in hammer space, which is in my pockets.
If Sebby actually does want to try to get into somebody else's hammer space, I believe that is going to be a contested, we'll say, sleight of hand with athletics, acrobatics, whatever you'd like to do on Murmur's end.
I think if it's
Ugh, that's a 4
um,
from Sebby. No, that's a nat 20. Needless to say, this is one very slippery dad. He's just, you can't get out. Like, he's dodging out of the way. Do you want to, do you have any ideas on how he manages to stay out of Sebby's grasp?
Um, so like, Murmur is short. Murmur just walks underneath his grasp.
Okay.
He just ducks a little and just continues walking.
Okay.
I was actually gonna see if Gibbs could try to stop Sebby, but hey, no need.
Yeah. All right.
Sebby sort of sighs and says, "If you throw one rock, I'm going to Shanghai you."
I don't know what to
Lay a
tell you.
hand
I don't
on
like
him.
authority figures.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
And also, you'll have to go through me.
Sebby sort of lets out a bigger sigh as he starts moving through the machines.
Okay. All right. will you please make a... You can either make your choice of a dex check, an acrobatics, or an athletics check to get through.
Athletic.
Okay, go ahead and roll athletics. Yeah, need to re-enter that one. There you go. 13. That's not gonna do it. So Sebby takes 5 damage from as the pistons like just knock into him from all angles.
Sebby sort of like is sneaking by, and then bam!
Whack,
Like,
whack, bam.
Don't get good.
Okay. And you've only made it like about a third of the way through the room. So I'm going to need another check from Sebby. A 19. Okay, you're starting to get the rhythm of how the pistons are coming through, and you're able to get through without being smashed by the pistons. Though you have a few close calls there. Alright, and so you're now 2/3 of the way through the room. Would you like to give me one more athletics check, please? Oh, another 6. Okay, so you take another 1 damage. You manage to get through right through the end of the room, except one piston clips you as you finally make it to the other side. But the rest of your team is still at the starting position.
I have
Sebby
an
starts
idea.
rubbing his nose at that one tiny piston that hit him. And says, "All right, your turn."
You're gonna have to shout to like be heard over the pistons. It's making a lot of noise.
What? Can't hear you.
Ow.
I
Ears.
said, "All right, your turn."
I thought the stealth mission.
Oh my god. Gibbs is
No,
going to.
in this case, I think the yelling is muted by the pistons.
Please. And I'm
What?
sorry.
I
If,
should eat the rich.
I mean, yes, but also not right now.
Sebby sort of like,
Murmur's gonna try to go through.
Okay. Then you can
What
make
do I
your.
roll?
You can either choose athletics or acrobatics.
All right, I'll do my acrobatics because it's one extra.
Okay, yeah, you make it through the first third of the room, able to somehow get around the pistons without being hit.
Mr.
I'm
Mantis shall follow.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead and make your first roll.
Yep.
I'm gonna make sure I stick
Oof.
by everybody.
Okay. Okay, 7 damage to poor Mr. Mantis. You are getting the brunt of these pistons just coming in and smacking you around.
The devil's hands!
Poor Mr. Mantis is just being punted around the room by these pistons.
You alright there, buddy?
I
Sebby
don't
sort of
know
runs
why
away.
he couldn't just have a normal ship, good old sailing ship like a normal human.
Well,
I mean, I
that's
could have
typically
also
how
just
it is.
thrown you. You guys ever heard of the game Yeet? I could have just thrown you.
Well, come around and then throw us.
Okay.
Alright.
Absolutely do that.
Okay, so Gibbs is gonna make his way through.
Yee.
You hear a noise, even over the sound of the pistons. Someone muttering? And
Sorry, that was hilarious.
Is it the devil?
just the, just the random noise. I think that was funny.
Okay. Alright.
That wasn't great.
Yeah, Gibbs, I'm sorry you're also getting pounded by these pistons. They're just knocking you left and right. You take 5 damage. Alright.
Mr. Mantis, Mr. Mantis be like, "Hey demons, it's me, ya boy."
No, he
Exactly.
says, "Oi, devils! It's me, your lad."
Yeah,
But
is it like a specific type or no?
Specific
so-
timing?
Type of damage.
Oh, type. It's bludgeoning. So, actually,
Oh,
yeah. So if you're a
shit.
barbarian, you might have taken less.
Well, I thought that would be only if he was in a rage.
Oh, that probably is the case. Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise, he's vulnerable.
Oh.
Because he's ice.
Oh.
all right, guy.
That's
All
not
right,
good.
Gibbs. Gibbs, before you throw us, how is everybody doing? Because I saw you guys got punted. I think the word is.
This is fine.
I'm fine.
Okay.
But, like,
Would you like to give me some perception checks, perhaps, to see if you can discern a timing to the pistons?
All right, let's go for it.
Okay, 10.
Nice.
A nat 20. Nice.
Jesus.
Heck yes. All right, and do you also want to roll Frosty?
Yes.
Okay.
Minus 3.
3. Oof, not gonna do it.
No.
Okay, but Mr. Mantis, as you're looking through the pistons, trying to discern if there's some sort of pattern to make it easier to, get thrown through the pistons, you do notice that there is some sort of a pattern going on here. It's hard to lock it down though. So you start looking back the way you came, and you notice on the door right beside where you entered there is a panel with 2 buttons on it.
So it's back where we came.
Yeah, you'd have to try and get back through the pistons to the panel if you wanted to press any of the buttons.
That
Mr. Mantis takes like sighs, and you can see his antennae sort of wilt a little bit. But he
hey,
pulls up his shoulder. He
you
pulls
alright
up
there?
his sleeves and prepares to go back through.
Okay, can you give me acrobatics or athletics, please?
God.
Nice. We're all just dumb.
Okay.
What's everybody's intelligence? I just want to know. I just want for reference.
Okay. You take 1 damage as you make your way back through it. You could say you're learning a little bit, and it's a little easier for you to dodge through. But you do make it back to the panel. There are 2 buttons on it, a red and a green one.
I'm
Going
gonna
to
call
press-
out. Oh.
Yep.
Can I? Okay.
Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to Mr. Mantis. I'm gonna go. You okay over there? I saw you got hurt.
I got beamed in the head pretty well, but it's nothing a little more head contusions can't fix.
Well, I just
no.
well, I just want to make sure you're okay, cause you're doing pretty great. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Oh. Okay. That's
Indeed.
awesome. Alright.
I just want to let you know that Healing Word with Murmur is just in the form of compliments.
Oh. That's so sweet.
You heal for 5.
Nice. Okay. So a few of the little egg protrusions from Mr. Mantis's head subside. A few of the lumps. Alright. So which button would Mr. Mantis like to press?
So I'm going to roll a d20 here to see if Mr. Mantis is going to make the choice I would make. I don't think I have a 9 in intelligence, so.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna pick the red button.
The red button. Okay. Nothing happens. At least nothing that you can see. If you take the time and look at the pistons, they still seem to be going.
He's going
Press
to
both
try.
of them at once.
He's going to try and press both of them at once.
Okay, there is a split second of blasting sound and then it's turned off.
I think you broke it.
I've killed the devil.
Are you just going to leave it at that? Are you going to press the green button?
He's gonna just leave it at that.
He's going to leave it at that. Okay. You're going to have to roll again to get through. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, you having inspected the panel and deciding that the devil has been vanquished, here at least, you make it back through the pistons, at least for the first portion, without being damaged. So
Yeah,
now,
I'm going.
yeah. So are you going to be going through with the fastball special idea, or what would you like to do here?
Gibbs,
If y'all are down for being thrown, I'm down to throw.
Okay,
toss me.
all right.
This
Your
is what I
choice
was
of
made
a
for.
strength or athletics. Ooh.
We're gonna go with athletics. 'Cause
I just want to let you know that Murmur has taken out a pen and paper to write his will, but here's the thing: he doesn't know he's illiterate, so it's all just chicken scratch. Like actually.
he is a bean.
Okay.
That was
Seven.
That starboard
Oh,
port.
The muttering has evolved into words. It's still odd because you swear there is somebody speaking, but you can't tell where they might be. You don't see anybody around you. And I'm
The
sorry.
devil possesses.
The devil lives. Okay, Gibbs takes 2 damage, or if you're vulnerable, 4. I'm so sorry, Gibbs.
fine.
Okay, but you've made it. You only have 1/3 of the room left to get through.
Wait. I thought we said that we established that I
Oh
was
wait,
being
that was a
thrown.
strength. That's right. That was a strength. Was that strength or athletics?
That was athletics.
Okay. And who are you tossing?
Me. It's me.
Okay. Tossing Murmur. Okay. Then I think in this case it would be Murmur who would take the 2 damage, but you do manage to toss him the next third of the way. But unfortunately, he
Ouch.
is also smacked about by the pistons on his way over.
Sorry.
It's all good. I'm fine.
Perhaps I should give it a go.
Okay, are you going to be throwing Gibbs, or is Gibbs going to be throwing Mr. Mantis?
He's going to be throwing Gibbs.
Okay, please roll athletics or strength check.
Yes, contested.
Yes, you can. You roll acrobatics or just a dex check to see if you can get out of Mr. Mantis's grasp. It's not going to be difficult. That's a 5. A 4. No, you're thrown.
Patsy is like smacking
Oh,
this
7
tiny little kid.
damage. Oh no. Gibbs takes 7 damage or 14 if he's vulnerable. As he goes through the ringer.
Gibbs, are you like Gibbs? I'm gonna say that Gibbs just lands right on top of me. I'm still on the
Woof.
ground. I was getting up and oof.
Like, you hear like what sounds like shattering glass.
Oh no.
Ow.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I have to
Give-
actually do the math. Hold on. I'm not great at
Oh no, he has glass bones and paper skin.
Oh,
It's
Oh God!
fragile
Oh, no.
grandpa. Fragile grandpa, no.
Oh God!
I knew that.
That's a lot!
I told that he was made of glass.
God, that's
Perhaps
a
it was a
lot!
bad idea to throw
Okay.
him when all I have are sharp claws.
I think
I
I
mean-
may have broke a little bit more than what's left of my brain.
Ow. Ooh. But
Uh,
is Gibbs still up?
Yeah, he gets up,
Alright.
but it doesn't
Um,
look great. It
Oh.
hurts.
Okay. Murmur gets up and he puts his hand on Gibbs's shoulder and he's gonna cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
So that's a D8 plus 4. You
Nice.
heal for 11.
Oh, that's great.
You get a heckin' hug.
Oh.
Aww.
Oh,
And
that's
it's a
hugs
sweet.
little
back.
chilly. It's a little chilly, but it's the kind of chilly where it's like a nice spring breeze,
Oh.
and
Okay.
it's
You
oddly
alright
fluffy.
there? You alright there? Oh, you're soft.
Yes, I am fuzzy. I'm like one of those really cool fuzzy. It's fun. But thank you. I appreciate it.
Aw.
Yeah,
I'm
just
okay.
okay. That just making sure you. It just sounded like I heard something crack.
I've had worse. This is fine.
Yeah, but you also had better.
I want to argue with that, but I can't. Then I'd be lying, and I don't want to lie.
Anyway, Mr. Mantis, you alright there?
The brain trauma adds character.
Okay. All right. So,
No.
Gibbs and Murmur have one more roll to make. Mr. Mantis needs to make 2 more rolls to get through the room.
You can keep going, Gibbs. I'm gonna stay behind to make sure. It's
Bold of
alright.
you to assume that I am leaving without you.
God, you're so
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a 21. You're able to make it through this next portion just fine. You just
nice.
zipping, dodging, and weaving. Tiny little mantis strip just showing everybody how it's done.
Yeah.
Occasionally, the monk instinct kicks in real hard.
It is an impressive show. But now you have caught up with Gibbs and Murmur.
Hi. How many fingers do I have? Hi, whatever.
Wait. Let me count your fingers.
He's got like 4, but
Um, I think.
are you okay?
Mantis, how many fingers does he have?
I think 4? Maybe 3? What are fingers? Are those the weird stubby things you have on the ends of your claws?
Aye, it is those.
Gibbs is trying so hard not to laugh out loud. It's like he has no idea. But just this entire conversation has now gotten too ridiculous. And he's enjoying it.
Nice. All right. So you
I
all.
like to imagine this whole time, Gibbs and Murmur were still hugging.
Oh. Oh, that's sweet.
We're
There,
still hugging.
there is
What if we?
still 1/3 of a deadly room of pistons to get through, though.
Yes.
Okay, so we're not throwing anyone this time, are we? Or do you guys...
You can still throw me.
Are you sure?
Like, he just shrugs.
Okay. I should probably put on my glasses for that. That was a dumb decision. That's my fault. I take full responsibility for that. And he's gonna put his glasses back on
Okay.
before
So,
he throws.
so we're throwing Murmur 2, Electric Boogaloo, go.
Wait. Can Is it possible to get advantage if Mantis also helps in throwing me?
Sure. Okay, you can make the strength check or the athletics check with advantage.
Alright,
Gonna
both of
do
you.
the heave
You do
ho.
like 1, 2, yeah. 1, 2, 3,
That-
and all that. Counting.
All right. Come on, Gibbs.
Okay.
Come on, Mantis. Oh, you have to put a D in front of the
Oh,
20. Yeah.
whoops.
I was, I was gonna say, ooh, no, wait, nope, that, okay.
Confusing.
I know.
What's 20
There we
plus
go.
3?
22 is pretty good. You want to see if you get a nat 20?
Hey. Sure.
You got a nat 20! Yes! Okay, with the assistance of Mr. Mantis, you two hold on to Murmur and you time it, and then you swing him back and forth, you know, like they do, and then just alley-oop! And he goes sailing beautifully through the pistons, missing all of them, and then I'm assuming is Sebby going to be catching Murmur at the end of this?
Yes.
Alright, right into the big burly arms of Sebby. It was a sight to behold.
Hey.
Just goes to show you the power of the pirates.
Heck yes, nicely done. Now only you two have to make it through.
Could you put me down? This is kind of high up.
Okay.
Do you
You
want me
go
to
ahead.
throw you again?
I know. No, that hurt a lot. I would rather not be thrown this time. Do you want to make it through on your own, or do you want to be thrown?
I'll go on my own power.
Okay.
Oof, okay.
I'll die under my
Ow.
own power.
2 damage. You make it to the end of the room. Just a few hits from the pistons. You've had worse. All right, that just leaves Gibbs.
What if using acrobatics this time? He's gonna use athletics, because
Okay.
that one actually does something. There we go.
18. You are able to just kind of muscle past and get past all the pistons without being hit. So everybody has finally made it through the piston room. Congratulations! You solved my piston room puzzle. Woo! Well done.
Woo.
Very much battered for the experience, but you made it through.
100% worth it. Gibbs has no regrets.
Nicely
No regrets.
done. Okay. So
Sebby also has no regrets.
nice. All right. So, on this side of the room, there is another set of doors. 2 of them, in this case.
Okay. Can Gibbs use his hearing again?
Sure. Alright, so give me a perception check, please.
I think he'd be listening to the one on the right.
Alright, for that
That's a nat
guy...
20.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The -3. That is impressive, though. Okay, a nat 20. You're up to the door. You listen carefully. And it's a little difficult to make anything out with the piston still going on behind you, but you don't hear anything happening on the other side of the door.
And Sebby sort of like looks to the glacier tune and says, "All right, so are we good?"
mean, I don't hear anything on the other side, so maybe, but should we check the other door first?
Sebby sort of looks to the other door and then puts his ear to it.
Okay.
So, an investigation check or
Perception or investigation? I'll take investigation. Okay, a dirty 20. Okay. Putting your ear to the other door. Again, it's difficult with the pistons, but you also listen for a bit and don't hear anything on the other side.
nothing on this end either?
You
Trust
do
me.
find in your investigation, was that investigation or perception?
Perception.
Perception. Okay.
Hmm.
Gibbs is
So
gonna back away from the doors, and he doesn't look very happy.
what's
Who
up,
matters?
Gibbs?
I don't trust like that. We can't hear anything on either one of the doors.
Hmm.
The devil still walks this boat.
Yes, we know. We can destroy it later.
Usually, the destroying stuff isn't really the best choice for a stealth mission. We're just supposed to
Well,
steal
I, well,
I
that's
think
why
we're
we're gonna do it after we do our stealth mission.
I mean, I think we're well past that now, considering all of the yelling that was with the pistons.
Do you guys want to try to stealth?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to
Um,
stealth.
I mean, absolutely.
has it been an hour?
Is Pass Without Trace a concentration spell?
It is a concentration. However, so long as I do level 1 spells or cantrips, I wouldn't break concentration.
Usually though, when you take damage, you have to make a concentration check to see if you're holding on to it.
I'll
Do you have a feature that?
do just that.
Okay.
That should be wisdom. Wait, no.
It's a con save.
There'd be a con. Yeah, con save. It's a good thing I'm not proficient in that.
No worries. Okay, 17 I think would be enough for you to have held your concentration while traversing the room. I'm not going to make you re-roll for every time you get hit by a piston. But yeah, that's perfectly adequate. So yes, you can
Alright.
still make stealth checks with the plus 10. 17, nice. 32, nat 20, very nice.
Woo. I'm
Another
very
nat
light on
20,
this
hot day!
Woo.
And an 18, very good. Dang, with two nat 20s, like, for a moment, just Gibbs and Murmur just disappear.
Hey, I'm used to sneaking around authority.
Very nice. Okay, so now if you wanted to check the doors, you think you could do so pretty well without being noticed if there does happen to be somebody on the other side. Do you want to investigate for traps, though?
I think I will.
Okay,
At least on the door on the right.
okay.
You know what's great? It's
13.
the fact that I don't get any modifiers.
That's fine. It's still enough for you to notice that this is a sliding door. And it does not appear to be trapped or locked.
Why? What? This door is weird. There's no hinges.
Yeah, it's a sliding door.
How? Is it? Is it a
Sebby
push
is
or a
going
pull?
to try and open this door.
Do you slide it off to
You
the
know
side?
what I'm going to say, but I'm not going to say it.
He's going to try and
Are you going to try and pull
Sorry.
the sliding door open?
he's going to try and mess with it a bit, like try and like open it like a real door, but not really open it. Like he's trying to test if it opens or not, and then he's going to mess with it like he's going to slide it. open?
Okay, yeah, it rolls off to the right hand door rolls easily off to the left hand side, and you can look into the hallway that's behind it. Uh,
Oh,
you would also notice that as you enter this hallway, the boat seems to be rocking in the water a bit more than usual. Perhaps the weather has gotten bad outside, or you still are intermittently hearing like these murmurs.
Wait. Oh my god, there's more of me?
I think maybe I should restate it that muttering. Yes, but like the not murmur murmur.
Mm, mm, mm,
Yeah, that.
mm.
Susurrant whispering.
Yes, there you go. All right. Now, in this
Mm.
hallway, there are 2 doors on either side, so a total of 4 doors.
Wanna grab a door?
Alright, are we gonna do this all in one go, or are we gonna have 2 people on each side?
I suggest 2 folks on each side. One landlubber and one true pirate. All right?
You're really hanging on to that whole pirate elitism.
Aye,
Gibbs is just gonna keep
aye,
his mouth
that's the
shut.
truth.
Gibbs is keeping his mouth shut. He ain't letting any of what's bothering him show. Mm-mm.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
whatever.
All right.
Um,
Okay, so we'll go from left to right. The one on the left closest to you we'll call 1. The one on the left furthest from you is 2. The one on the
I-
right closest to you is 3, and the one on the right furthest from you is 4. So who is taking what door?
um,
Sebby and Frosty.
I'll take whatever's after 1.
Okay, so you're going to be on 2?
Is that after 1?
Yeah, that'd be on the left side, furthest from you, correct?
Aces after 1.
Okay. And then who's on 1? That would be Sebby?
Yep.
Okay.
It will be on one.
All right. And how about for Gibbs and Mr. Mantis?
Mantis will go with Murmur.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Gibbs, I think, is going to close the door that they just came through very slowly first before
Okay.
he chooses a door.
Nicely. Nicely done. Okay. So, for those who are going to be investigating the doors, please give me some investigation rolls.
Not perception.
You could do perception if you want to listen in.
I'll do perception because I'm better at that.
Okay.
Haha, it's still bad.
Okay.
Well, Gibbs is
Jesus.
terrible at perception, but he does have his hearing.
That's good.
That's like the only thing he
20.
has.
All right. Okay, pretty good rolls altogether.
Whoa.
All right.
Okay.
You're on a roll, Gibbs.
Very nice. A nat 20 from Gibbs. All right, listening at your respective doors carefully. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side for all 4 of them. Or at least you can't hear anything on the other side. There's the distant sound of the waves against the outer hull of the ship, but no sounds of life moving inside, and the only sound of machinery here is where you previously came from. So it sounds like these rooms are unoccupied. Do you want to check to see if the door is trapped or locked?
I'll do
That's
that.
going to be an investigation.
Yeah, let me just. Sorry, I got.
Mantis will help in any way he can, despite the marble rolling around in his head instead of a brain.
Oh, do you want to assist to give advantage?
Yes.
Okay, so you can make your investigation with advantage. Okay, a 2? That's
Nice.
Okay, let's try again.
Well, no,
Oh, you
I
got the
rolled
16?
twice.
Oh, the 16.
Yeah, I got 16.
Nice. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. From what your investigation, you can tell that the door is locked, and there does appear to be some sort of magical glyph that's been worked into the carving alongside the door frame. You think that there is a good chance that there is a magical trap on this door.
Hmm. It's made out of wood, right?
It is.
I'm gonna touch the wood in an attempt to kind of ruin whatever glyph is on. I'm gonna use druidcraft to make the door overgrow.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. You cause the carvings themselves to kind of take on a new life, a life that they haven't had in a long time, and little sprouts start to come out of the door frame and put out little tiny little buds of leaves and such. But you do get the sense that this has disrupted the glyph enough that the magic trap has been undone. The door is still locked, but you feel you could pick it safely now.
And Sebby sort of looks at that and says, Oi, Druid lad, could you, probably do that to this door too, just to be safe?
Of course. Let me just do that.
Okay.
And I go over to Seppi's door and I also overgrow it.
Okay.
This time I'm thinking about apple blossoms.
Okay. Very nice. So, the door number one, the door frame gets a beautiful little white apple blossoms, and on the second door is a very verdant, maybe kind of like fern-like growth around that one.
Yeah, and I imagine with Sebby's hand on the door, it sort of is intertwined with some storm-like energy, like the sprouts open with a spark of electricity.
Oh, a little bit of static, yeah, like some good flavor there. Very tasty. Yeah. Okay, but both doors are locked, as you find out. So you still need to get through the doors.
Ah, sorry guys, I missed it. Let me just take a little bit of time for myself while you guys do the whole lock picking thing, and I'm going to ritual cast detect magic,
Okay,
which will be, I believe, 11 minutes.
11 minutes, okay. Alright, so who'll be trying to pick the door? Okay, a four.
Sebby's try at picking the lock.
Yeah, if
You're
I
not making a lot of headway there, unfortunately. The
Sebby sort of like
tumblers.
and says, "I'm not the kind that usually picks locks. I'm usually the kind that is in the front of the helm."
And bust down the doors, probably. Here, let me try.
So, out of curiosity, what kind of lock is it? Is it like
It's a
standard door lock or something more
yeah, standard door
complicated?
lock. It's a knob, and below there's a keyhole that you have to, enter your uh the two little picks to, adjust the tumblers.
Get
So,
Sebby with the lock.
All right. So, would anybody else like to try picking the lock, or?
Yee.
so I'm going to try and pull a saw out of my hammer space.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and roll for hammer space, or would you just like to have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably did not hit. Oh well. I'll try one more time. I'm gonna imagine that was like a hook, because I have not put the full details of Mr. Mantis's hammer space out yet.
I gotcha. Okay. So you gonna try again?
Would that have hit or?
I'd say so.
Okay. So Mr. Mantis is going to try and saw around the lock
Okay.
to where it's still.
Are you gonna be trying
Yeah.
to do this stealthily? Because sawing makes a lot of noise. Not to mention you have to get through the wood in the first place.
Yeah. Also, my pass without trace is down because I'm doing detect magic.
Okay. Yeah. So you won't be if you want to do a stealth check on this one. It's going to be without the +10. It'll be a normal stealth roll.
Okay, I'm going to say he's going to keep it. He's going to try and pick the lock, but he's going to keep the saw as a backup plan.
Okay. All right, for lock picking, I'm going to say you can choose either sleight of hand or an intelligence check.
I'll probably have to use sleight of hand then.
Okay. All right.
Pull up that one.
And also, which door are you doing this on? 1 or 2? You cut out there. Could you repeat?
Oh, 2.
2? Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
An 11. You feel like you're making some headway, but then suddenly the pick slips in your grasp and the tumblers reset and you're kind of back where you started. But you almost were there. 11's not going to do it, I'm afraid. All right. Do you want to
Okay.
go? Are you going to try? You going to try picking again, or are you going to go with the saw?
So I think he's going to try one more time, and if it doesn't work, he's going to go with the saw.
Okay.
Sebby's going to try picking his lock again.
Okay. Oh, an 18. Okay, so let's have Sebby do his. 13. Okay. You get very close, but sort of the same thing that happened to Mr. Mantis there. The pick fails like at the last bit, and you're able to retrieve it, but the door remains locked. However, for Mr. Mantis, the door to room number 2, click. You have opened it, and it opens onto a room that appears to be a study. There is a desk with several sea charts pinned up above it. There are a few cabinets and a chair that's been bolted to the floor in order to make sure that nothing, gets tossed about in rough weather. But yeah, you've made it in. And from the looks of it, this is the place you need to be.
Boy, lads, I think I found it.
Sebby is focused on his door.
Okay. What are you gonna do with your door?
He's going to punch it.
Okay.
Open.
Roll to hit.
Roll to hit stealthily. Wink.
It's a punch. There's very
Yeah.
little that's stealthy about a punch.
Is there anything
Okay,
that we can do?
13. Yeah, you definitely hit the door. How much damage do you do? 6. Um. Yeah, you leave a sizable fist imprint inside the door. On the door, but it doesn't open. Oh.
He
Oh,
says his
Sebby.
hand is? I don't think he's come back, hon.
And you seem to have elicited some sort of response from the voice that you've been hearing intermittently. In response to the punch, yeah, maybe. Very odd.
Sebby sort of notices this, and he's going to quickly stick his hand through the hole he made and try and unlock the door.
Okay, you know what? I'll allow it. Yeah. You're able to unlock it from the other side and open the door onto what appears to be an empty bunk space. There is a cabinet on the far side. But other than that, there's just an empty bed, and pretty much nothing. It appears to be uninhabited.
Man,
How
I'm
horrifying
going-
would it have been if somebody had been in there asleep and they wake up and there's just a hand reaching through to unlock the door?
Man,
That'd have been something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sebby sort of looks around nervously and closes the door behind him and hides in the cabinet.
Okay.
Is-
Okay. Oh boy. So do you close the doors fully?
Yes.
Okay. We'll come back to that.
Yeah. For how many doors? How many doors are left that needs to be open?
There are 2 more on the opposite side of the hall.
All right. I'm not really a lock picky person, but how big is that lock?
Um,
Is the lock? Also, I need to know what my detect magic pinged.
I'd say it's about 3 by 9 inches, like for the
Alright.
doorknob with handle and the lock below it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, can things fit into the lock?
Well, a key,
Like,
the lock picks. What are you proposing to try to fit in there?
like maybe a bug.
Oh, right, druid. Yeah, like a druid could like a small bug could absolutely make it through.
Yeah.
Or if you
Um,
just wanted to peek through, maybe the keyhole, you could
uh,
look into the room.
well, first off, I still wanted to do my detect magic by ritual cast.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. We'll say that with all the goings-ons, you're able to cast it, and you do pick up a few blips coming from
hmm.
the room with the study, the desk and the map chart. There's a blip, two blips in that direction.
Uh,
Also, actually, there are two more on the right side, and they have to do with the traps that you around those doors that you have not yet dispelled with the druid craft.
all right. I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna convey to them, hey, guys, there are a few blips, there are a few, what's the word for it? Magical, what's magics? Yeah, there are two over in, those. I point to the desk. I'm going to get to the other rooms, so just, wait for me. And I'm gonna druidcraft the door so that the glyph is broken.
Okay, what do you have any flavor for these particular door frames?
Um, I'm I'm thinking, um, what what time of year is this going on right now?
We'll say, that's a good question. I think we're starting to, we'll say late fall.
Hmm. I know these aren't gonna last long, but it's not like cherry
Okay, so we now got
blossoms last long anyway.
very nice. Okay, so pink blossoms appear around the door frame of one door, and for the other,
The other, I'm thinking a little bit of wisteria.
nice. Okay, so we got beautiful green ferns, we got beautiful white apple blossoms, some pink cherry blossoms, and some purple
And don't
wisteria.
forget
And the
about
little
the
lightning zaps coming
apple
off
blossom.
the apple blossoms. Yes, little static
Just
blossoms.
a reminder.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna I'm gonna turn into tiny little fly
Okay.
with my wild shape, and I'm just gonna buzz on through.
Okay. So are you just going to take a look around?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the lock, like go within the lock, and I'm going to go and yeah, take a look around.
Okay. Um, yeah, just give me two perception checks for each room, if you please.
Wait a moment. Let me just make sure to bring up the fly stats because I need to make sure about because I take on the strength, dexterity, and constitution of the fly, but my intelligence, wisdom, and charisma stay the same.
Okay, since perception is made with wisdom, I assume it's going to be the same roll.
Yep. I just need to make sure
Yeah, I gotcha.
to doesn't seem like there's actually any
Fly. We'll assume that
fly fly
that's
stats, but I'll
very,
just
very weak for a fly.
yeah, we'll just say they're all one.
Mm-hmm.
Is bug is bug time.
He's
But
bugged.
let me
Bzz.
okay.
All right. So two perception checks, please.
Yep.
17 and one more for room number 4. 12. Okay. So, for the room number 3, I'm going to say that's the one with the wisteria, or we'll say that's the one with the cherry blossoms.
What am I saying?
It appears to be another empty bunk, basically. There's another cabinet along the far wall and an empty bed. Uh, Outside of that, it appears to be uninhabited. And it seems to be the same thing when you enter the lock to go into room number 4. Another cabinet, another empty bed. It appears that the out of the 4 rooms, 3 of them are just meant to be inhabited by crew members, and there's one study. So, There you go.
I'm just gonna buzz on right back and then revert.
Okay.
It's not worth checking the others.
All right.
What? I'm gonna say Gibbs is so confused and he looks very tired.
Oh.
Because 1 second, one person's there and then they bust through a door. The next, another person is here again, and then they're gone somehow, and then they reappear.
Oh
He's
dear.
having issues processing
Oh.
all of this.
Oh no. Was he?
You're right there, Gibbs.
Oh.
You okay?
This is fine. This is completely normal.
Hey.
Miss-
So
And that is,
you go ahead. You go ahead.
if you want to make an insight check, you're free to. It's not a very high DC.
Yeah, let me just do just that.
As Sebby is hiding in the cabinet, what does he see?
Nothing. It's dark in here. There's no light in the cabinet.
Hey,
you
I
wanna make
rolled an
light?
insight check.
You get the feeling like he is incredibly stressed. His fur
Aw.
kind of frosted fluff. Yeah, he's floof.
Aw.
He's very floof,
Aw.
and he is having a lot of trouble processing what just happened.
Okay.
s-
You go
so
ahead.
Mr. Mantis scuttles forward towards Gibbs and gives him the saw and like pats him on the knee, then scuttles back to the door.
Aw.
He's even more confused, but he accepts, and he's just like, okay.
Okay. Sebby, if you would like to investigate the inside, like feel around the cabinet to see if there's something in there, feel free to roll investigation. Okay, 13. Um, that's enough. It appears to be pretty empty in here. There's a rod about at your head height that your hat keeps bumping into. That's probably meant to be like hang clothes on. Um, Interesting enough, there appears to be like a little protrusion on the back wall of the cabinet. Kind of feels like a button.
Soggy's going. Sebby's going to press this button.
Okay. Nothing seems to happen. At least not that you notice. At least at first. And then the floor just drops out below you.
Sebby sort of cartoonishly looks below him before falling down with a.
Very nice.
So
You
happened.
guys probably heard that.
Yeah.
Like the
If
protective
not-
circle.
And
Oh,
And-
oh no!
oh,
You hear a siren coming from all around you. Apparently, you've been noticed. It seems that now time is of the essence, so if everybody could please roll initiative. Not because you're fighting, just to make sure that we're keeping everybody in order.
why?
Okay, so 9 for Sebby.
Mm,
Mr.
What
Mantis
are you
at
doing
6.
in here?
Gibbs at 16. And at 5. Okay, so we got Gibbs. Sebby.
Sebby, why?
Mr. Mantis. And Murmur.
Sebby was hiding in a cabinet.
Okay, so starting at the top of the initiative order, Gibbs, there is an alarm has just gone off, and you think the jig is up. You've been noticed on the ship somehow.
I think first thing he's going to do is try to push Murmur back the way that they came.
Okay.
While shouting to Mr. Mantis, I think we're kind of screwed.
Okay,
I
keep in
suggest-
mind you have not found what you came for.
We study. There was a magic thing in the study. We gotta go there.
Okay, well, we better make it quick. And he's gonna turn and run back.
Okay.
towards the study.
Stop right there.
Well, there's a voice coming all around you, but you don't see anybody.
Satan?
How about I don't?
I don't need this right now. This
Okay,
is not
so-
fun.
Okay, so Gibbs, you're running into the study. What are you going to do in the study?
Excuse me?
Hey, so you're that devil that Mr. Mantis has been talking about?
I,
Hey, could you just not do that right now? Thanks.
I,
Gibbs is just start looking through shit.
you know what?
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
What are you going? What are
I'm
you
the
going
devil.
to? What are you going to? There is a cabinet. There is a desk. Which one are you going to look at? Okay, and
Like, I don't
roll
know anything
investigation
about
for
this.
me, please.
I don't know anything about this devil guy, but from what I heard about Mantis, he's not really nice. So, like, could you not do that, devil? Thanks.
Oh, sure. I won't do anything. But I did call the guard.
Nice.
Now, would you kindly just stop what you're doing?
Hey, how about I don't?
Okay, a 5. That's not going to do it. You're knocking aside papers. You're trying frantically to look for anything that looks like what you're sent to find, like a map of an island, but you're just not finding it. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I don't think there really is anything he can do except for just be stressed.
Okay, poor stressed grandpa. We're leaving poor stressed grandpa, and we're going to Sebby, who has been shooted out of the ship down into the water below. You have been ejected from the ship.
Sebby sort of sputters as he notices he's been ejected, and does he see the hole where he's been ejected from?
You do see a section that looks like you probably came out of it, but it has been closed over after your exit.
Sebby sort of grunts, is sort of going to climb up there and is going to punch it in.
Okay, It's going to be difficult. You're going to be at disadvantage because you're in the water and it's hard to get a good punch going. You could also look around to see if there's maybe another way up onto the boat, if you wanted to. Or back onto the boat. You did, in fact, hear the awooga coming from the ship, and as you notice that awooga going, you also notice on the harbor where the docks are, you see a lot of activities starting to happen there. Lights shining, people shouting. Something seems to be happening.
Sebby's going to sort of walk up onto this and stealthily sort of sneak into the crowd.
Oh, okay, that's gonna be interesting. You have to swim there first. So, okay. Also, you notice Benmont was supposed to be around in the rowboat. So, which one would you like to do? Would you like to do the crowd? Would you like to get back onto the boat? Would you like to look for Benmont?
The crowd.
The crowd? Okay.
So Sebby's going to try and work as to buy him some time.
Okay, I
Buy
got you.
the group some time.
All right, so okay, stealth at disadvantage then because you are sopping wet. Okay, 3. Well, that's a nat 1. I don't know. I don't think you could get any lower.
Yeah, Sebby is sort of swimming in the middle of the night is not a good idea.
Yeah.
And he's going to cover it with a deception check.
All right. Yeah, I would say that with that nat 1, you are definitely noticed as you're trying to get up onto the docks by the people who are starting to approach, and one of them points to you and says, "Hold it!" What are you going to say to try to deceive him?
Sebby sort of says, "Heard some alarms while I was taking a dip. What is going on?"
That is really suspicious. Okay, roll deception then. At disadvantage.
I mean, Sebby is trying to look the part of having gone through a swim.
That's true. I mean, he's wet,
Like,
but he's also
typically-
just got out of just got out of the water on a ship that just set off an alarm. Like he's right by it. So
To
17.
be honest, he's not really wearing any bathing stuff
Yeah.
either.
Okay, with an 8, we'll see how they buy it. Okay, so we're back to the order. We are looking at. I really should have pinned this. I put it in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, we're going to Mr. Mantis.
Mr. Mantis is going to try and look for the map.
Okay. Okay. Where will you be searching in the room? At the cabinet or the desk?
The desk.
Okay, go ahead and roll investigation. Ooh, okay,
Thanks.
3. You're having just as much trouble as poor Gibbs. Paper flying. Your claw arms are not helping with this.
Can I do one more thing?
Sure. What's that?
He's going to punch the desk out of frustration.
Okay, punch the desk. Roll to hit. A 16. That
Ow!
definitely hits.
Why would you do
Rude
that?
to the desk. That is rude to the desk.
Okay, roll damage.
Is my attack?
It'd just be on an unarmed strike.
Yeah.
But with a monk, I think you add like your proficiency bonus to that. Okay, 5 damage. I'm going to say that you actually managed to punch it so hard that you caused the drawer in the desk to kind of fly open. And as that happens, let's see. Could you roll a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
Okay. With me here.
12 is not going to do it. With a sudden swoop and a magical glow, one of the magical blips Murmur notices activates and then disappears as where Mr. Mantis was, there is now a strange, googly-eyed Muppet-lurking bird. You have been turned into a patoo.
And I would say you deserve that.
I scream in anger.
I need to post. You are this.
That's exactly what I was imagining.
You are now a bird. Congrats. I believe that takes us to Murmur. What are you going to do? You've just noticed one of the things. There is now a bird apparently on the ship, and the ship apparently itself is talking to you. What?
I'm going to actually look at what is in here,
Okay.
like in the desk.
Okay. The drawer has
Make
been
sure to
opened.
get-
Go ahead and give me an investigation, please.
Alrighty. I believe that is a +0 because I am smarter than the average murmur, which is not saying much because murmurs are dumb.
Hey.
Except for me, I'm not. Nice, I don't find anything.
It's not very hard. There is only one map that's in the drawer, and it sure looks like a map of an island.
I can't read. I show it to Gibbs. What
Okay.
does it say?
Gibbs, it looks like a map of an island, and it says it has it has text on it, but you can't read it. It's not in common. What languages does Gibbs know?
All he really knows is common, and the only kind of orcish that he knows is like very obscure to the world that he learned it in.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not something that you recognize. But I mean, it is a pretty neat looking map.
It
But
I
as you
am-
were looking at the map, everything suddenly tilts sideways as the voice says, "The moron in charge has been alerted, and this you will not be receiving a warning. Drop the map."
Okay, everybody makes dex saving throws. That's on the ship.
Oh God.
Okay,
17.
17. Okay, you managed to hold your balance as the ship violently rocks from side to side. A
Hey, the
4,
more you
no!
Hey, the more you say those sorts of things, the more I'm not going to listen. You know that?
Okay, on a 20.
Jinx.
The Patu bird that was Mr. Mantis is having a great time keeping, flying.
Well, you are
Flying is a thing.
flying. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Gibbs, poor grandpa, is being knocked about pretty well. Gibbs is now prone. So you've been knocked off your feet, you're lying on your back as the ship is just rocking around you. Okay, so you have a
It's
map.
fine.
I believe that takes the ship's turn. So that brings us back around to the top of the round to Mr. Gibbs. You'll need to use
I
half
guess
your movement to stand up if you want to stand up.
he is going to do that.
Okay? And what else would you like to do? We have a map. Is it the right map? You don't know. Do you want to take another look around the room, or do you want to try and get out while the getting's good?
Get out. Who cares if it's the real map? It's a map.
Okay.
He certainly doesn't care. But
Okay.
he's not going to leave the others behind, so he is going to try to gesture for everyone else to follow.
Okay. All right. So, are you going to head out ahead of them, or are you going to try and move as a group?
He's definitely going to wait.
Okay. So we'll hold your movement until the others start leaving the ship.
Mhm.
Then. All right.
Ye-
Okay. Sebby. Uh, down on the docks. At the at the same time as the ship went, the people on the docks have come closer, and they don't seem to be buying your story of you having just been going for a dip, not in armor and a hat, and you just buy this ship that was, recently somebody tried to break into it, and it looks like they think that the perpetrators just decided to come back for a second try. Uh, yeah. So, two of them are, well, let's say three of them, they appear to be town guards, are approaching you now, telling you to stand down and that they're being or basically that you're being going to be arrested. What would you like to do?
Sebby notices this and says, "Nope. I'm
Okay.
going to do expeditious retreat."
Okay. Where are you running to? There is the ocean behind you. They have you kind of surrounded at the moment on the docks.
He's going to go into the ocean.
Okay.
Ocean man.
Ocean
mean-
man.
Ocean
Yeah.
man, take you by the hand.
As Sebby is good at swimming.
Okay.
It's because of the whole traits of him being a ocean paladin.
Okay. So he can swim pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like Sebby's going to try and look for the boat now.
All right. So I'm gonna say they weren't exactly. They probably were expecting you. So one of them is going to try and grab you before you have a chance to get into there. So we'll make contesting. They're going to try and grapple you basically. So you can make either an athletics or an acrobatics in contesting to this guard's attempt to grab
Athletics.
you. Yeah. Okay. So he made a 12. You need to beat a 12. 10. Oof. Okay. Just as you're trying to dive into the ocean, one of the guards manages to reach out and just grabs your ankle. And I'm going to say that he probably is pulled into the ocean with you, let's say? But he's got a
Yeah.
hold of you.
Yes, but Sebby is sort of. As Sebby sort of dives into the water, he's going to cast divinity and
You're going to
And
try
create
and
power.
you're going to try and channel divinity?
channel divinity.
Okay. You only get to use that once per short rest.
No, it's one action.
It's one action, but it's a once per short rest kind of action. It takes an action to
Oh.
cast, but you can only do it once per short rest.
It
So,
depends on the channel divinity.
yeah. So, having not had a chance to take a break and get that short rest in, you don't have access to Channel Divinity. Is there anything else you'd like to try?
S- Sebby is going to cast command then.
Okay. So let's see. What is a command? What is he going to? What does he say? And what sort of wisdom say? What save does the guard have to make?
13.
A 13 wisdom or intelligence?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. We'll
Sebby's going to
say.
say, all right, let go.
Okay. A 3. Okay. Yeah. He doesn't do. He's going to have to. He will let go on his turn, but he will still let you go on that turn. But for now, you've not been able to move very far. You're in the ocean, but you're right beside the docks. We'll say that. Okay, and then we will move back to Mr. Mantis, Mr. Potubird. What would you like to do?
He's going to scream again, and he's going to fly over and settle on Murmur's shoulder.
Okay, very nice. Okay.
No. I recommend you and your Potu sit down. It would certainly make things easier.
Hey, how about I don't?
Okay, I think
Witty. Very, very witty.
Y- yeah, hey, boat, you're a boat. Go do boat things, you boat.
I think
Last
I will.
time I checked, authority is bad and you eat the rich.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, I would love if you met my employer then.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to eat them too.
Jeez.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind that.
All right. Murmur, what are you going to do?
Is there any from the way that I'm gonna put the map into my hammer space,
Okay.
and I'm assuming your hammer space is waterproof.
Yeah.
All right, good. Am I able to see the way in which Sebby dropped from?
You know that he went into the room and you heard him scream and the scream rapidly disappear, but you're not sure where he's gone. He could be he could just be deeper inside the bottom of the boat.
All right.
Looking around, you do notice there is a porthole. It's very small.
I opened the porthole.
Okay. You would have to squeeze through this, basically make an acrobatics check to try and get through. Also, Mr. Potu would probably want to fly out at this point.
Yeah, I'm. Can I make an investigation on where like on the room that Sebby fell from?
Okay, yeah. If you want to go into that room and make an investigation, go ahead.
Would it? All right, let me do. Would it be investigation or perception?
I'd say in this case, investigation, because you know
All right.
Sebby went in there already. 4.
All right,
Oof.
4. I don't know shit. Let's.
I mean, there's only 2 things in the room where Sebby could have been in. You think it's the cabinet, but how it's the like what the cabinet did, you're not sure.
I opened the cabinet.
You're unable to. The doors seem to be locked.
You
did notice that there were 2 other cabinets like in the other rooms though. Though those rooms are still locked.
All right. All right. Let's see how overgrown we can make this cabinet door until it pops off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say if you're directly attacking the area around the hinges, it's going to take you.
Oh, it's a druid craft.
Oh, druidcraft? Yeah, I know. It still takes like an action, I believe, to cast it, doesn't it?
Yeah, still.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I'll still do that though.
Okay, so there are 4 hinges. It'll take you 2 rounds to get one side of the doors, the hinges, to get the 2 hinges on like either side.
All right, that takes too long. Let's just heat the metal.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and cast heat metal. The cabinet is it? You have to roll to hit, or is it like a save? I don't think
no, It's not a save either. It's just it takes damage because it's metal and it's heating.
Okay. All right. So you're attacking the hinges since those are metal.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
No roll.
No
If
roll?
it's metal,
Okay.
it heats.
Okay. Does it melt?
Like maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
think it goes that far. I think it just heats up.
Okay. Okay, we'll say that you are notice it does significantly weaken the wood around the hinges as you scorch that
Yeah.
wood, that since it's on
Yeah.
it. So you
Can
could,
I-
with a bit of
I'm gonna-
force, break the wood around the hinges.
Yeah. I'm gonna yell to the others. Can
The
somebody
doors.
help this?
I think the chat's made a good point. I think the door's on fire.
The door's on fire! Yay! Which means the ship
Yay!
is on fire!
Shriek. There is a shriek just emanating all around you.
Oh no!
And the ship rocks wildly in the other direction.
Okay, another deck save, please. From anybody who isn't currently capable of flight.
And as that happens, the porthole shuts and the door behind Murmur, was it? Slams closed as well.
9.
Okay, a 9. You are knocked prone, unfortunately. That doesn't make it. Gibbs, that 21, you actually do manage to keep your footing this time. Alright, so you've been knocked prone and your head goes clonk into the door behind you as it shuts behind you. But I mean, like, take 1 point of damage. Alright, yeah, so that is the boat's turn. The guards. The one who had a hold of Sebby's, boot, let's go, as he was commanded to do so. The other two on the docks, though, they are pointing lanterns and watching your position, so they have a good bead on you as more guards are starting to pull in and up onto the boat, which is now screaming. So now you have guards in play here. They're starting to get into and onto the boat, and it's getting pretty dicey here, folks. So with that, Gibbs, it is your turn.
The first thing he's going to shout is, "I am so sorry!"
Okay. to the
There is no
to the
response,
ship.
Just
To whatever
Death
is screaming.
Oh
there's
no.
just deathly silence now. They seem very upset.
Oh no. Yeah, the cabinet's
I'm
still on.
so sorry. That's not supposed to happen.
Oh boy.
It's alright. Once I get to it, I'll be able to handle it. Just take the door off. I'll handle the fire. Just take the door off and get out.
Okay.
What? Those instructions did not make any sense to me, but I'm gonna bust down the door. I'm so sorry, whoever was screaming.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
he's
it's
going
on
to-
fire. The door is currently on fire at the moment too. So
I think Gibbs is still in the study.
oh, in the study. Okay, is he moving to the door to the room where Murmur is currently?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cabinet door is on fire.
The cabinet door is on fire. You will have to open the door. It's been unlocked, so that's fine. But yeah, the cabinet door is on fire, and that appears to be the one that Murmur is talking about.
Just
What
break
is-
down the door, take the cabinet door off, and get out of here.
And you think I'm going to leave you? Absolutely not! Can he try to pick him up?
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
Okay, you can do a strength check to see if you can pick him up.
Where's the map?
Like, here's the thing. I didn't mean to set the door on fire. It just kind of happened. I was just meaning to weaken the
It
hinges.
just kind of happens.
Hey. Fire doesn't happen until it happens, and I don't control the fire.
Okay.
I can't think. You and then door. And he's gonna try to pick Murmur up.
Okay, strength check to pick up Murmur.
I'm not really all that heavy, to be honest.
Yeah, and are you contesting being picked up, Murmur?
Nah.
No. Okay, yeah, you're easily able to hoist Murmur atop a shoulder. I'm assuming that Mr. Potu probably just flew out the open porthole when it was opened.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go ahead and say that there is now a Patu on the loose. But now we just have two other members to get off the boat before.
I shut the porthole.
All right, the portal did shut. So okay,
Who's
that
on the map?
means okay. Nope. Yeah. Okay. So Gibbs has a Murmur on a shoulder and a Patu on Murmur's shoulder. It is
Yes.
shoulderception. Um. Okay. Now, if you would like, go ahead and attack the cabinet. How are you gonna bust down the door?
If if you just give if you give me the if you give me the cabinet door, I'll be able to handle it from there.
Well, he also has his warhammer, but I don't know if that requires 2 hands or 1.
A warhammer.
It's Warhammer is, I believe, two-handed weapon.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Um.
yeah, no, he's just gonna try and kick it.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to attack. Okay, yeah, it's easy. It's a stationary object. You've hit it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Stop damaging things.
I'm sorry! I don't know who you are! But I'm sorry, this wasn't supposed to go like this. I'm very confused. I think that was just like a regular melee attack, right?
Yeah, probably like an unarmed strike. So, that'd be 1 plus your strength modifier.
Yeah, which would just be 4.
Okay, so 4 damage. You knock the flaming door slightly off one hinge. One hinge is still holding on, though. It does sort
Stupid
of
door!
stupid door. It does slowly swing open, though, and the fire is now getting very dangerously close to getting into the actual structure of the ship.
Put it out, put it out, put it out.
I
No,
will.
no!
I will. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Which brings us around to Sebby. Sebby, you are in the water. You've been let go, but the guards are aware of where you are. What are you going to do? Hazard, are you with us? Hazard?
Hazard.
Okay, technical difficulties here.
Oh
Hazard?
no.
Hazard! Okay, you know what? We've been running for a bit here. This is about the 2-hour mark, so how about we call a little bit of a break here and hopefully Hazard will be able to get back to us.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, great.
Hazard's here.
Hello.
Technical
Welcome back.
difficulties solved.
Okay.
Yay.
I was waiting for my turn.
Okay, I asked Sebby what he was doing because the one guard in the water has let him go, but the two on the docks.
Sebby's going to dive deeper.
Okay,
He's going to dive deeper to get out of the way of the light
okay,
and sort of dive under the boat.
okay. So you're going under the boat. What is your Constitution modifier? Like, do you have a +1, +2? What do you got going in there?
Plus, my con is +1.
+1? Okay, so you can hold your breath for a total, I believe, of 4 minutes. Because it's 3 plus your Constitution modifier. So, 6 seconds, you can make pretty good time. You have, is your swimming speed the same as your walking speed?
Yep.
Okay, so you make it 30 feet, well, let's say 20 feet down, and then start making your way 10 feet towards the boat. So you are underwater for this. Do you have any other, anything else you want to do this round?
Sebby's going to cast Expeditious Retreat.
I think you already did, so actually, yeah, you could dash if you want. You could make it a 60-foot.
Yeah, you could do double movement if you have nothing else.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
use your,
going
you
to
can dash
do
on a
double
bonus
movement.
action. I think you could even dash as your regular action, so you could get a total of 90 feet. So we'll say that you are handily under the boat.
Yeah, and hidden, I imagine.
Yeah, I would say at this point, they have no idea where you went.
And Sebby sort of is under the boat and
Okay. That brings us around to Mr. Potu.
So, I think he's probably going to try and bat the flames out with his tiny little feathery wings.
Okay, I'll allow it. Since you're taking your action to just kind of beat the flames away, we'll say that you do manage to put out the flames. So the poor ship is no longer on fire.
I was about to
Deep
I was about
sigh
to
of
do
relief.
Druidcraft. I was about to do Druidcraft to help out, but hey, that works too.
Yeah. Okay.
A deep sigh of relief.
Okay. Good. All right. So now you are working with just a half-broken door. It's still on there, so it needs to be broken off. Is that it for Mr. Potu?
Going to try and attack the final hinge with his tiny little claws.
Okay, go for it. Roll to hit.
Do I still get the my
You have to use the modifier for an. In this case, I'm using the stats for an owl.
What is the owl's strength stat?
I will look it up for you. -4. Owl has a strength of 3.
Would it be a finesse? Would it be
Um,
able to do finesse attack?
Talons, it's a +3 to hit.
Okay, then you would use your talons then.
Uh-huh.
Go +3.
should I roll for that or
Yeah.
Yeah. D20 +3.
I believe in you.
Okay.
Woo!
Very
I
nice.
believe
Yeah,
in
you
you.
definitely hit. The talon attack does 1d1 slashing damage to the hinge. So
I'm pretty
if
sure that's just one.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
also be a 0 though.
Yeah.
So we'll just say that you do 1 damage to it. You managed to knock the hinge a little askew, but it's still on there. So you put out the fire, you've managed to loosen the hinge a little bit. That brings us to Murmur. You are on Gibbs's shoulder. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to get off of his shoulder. And a moment, let me just I'm gonna take out my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Do a shillelagh on that, so it's a +8.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to like knock the other part of it,
Okay, sweet.
the other hinge off.
Nice.
I believe my shillelagh turns the modifier from a +3 to +6. Okay, let me just do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a dirty 20. You
mod
definitely
20.
hit.
All right.
Stop doing that.
Hey, you decide to lock the doors.
Alright, so how much damage? 8. Okay, yeah, the door goes flying off, so you're able to see the inside of the cabinet.
All right, everybody, ready to jump out?
What? Into a cabinet?
Okay, yeah, there is one hang up.
Oh.
There's definitely no Sebby, but you don't see how he left because the bottom of the thing is closed up again.
That's weird. Am I able to do
Okay.
an investigation check?
Okay, you've used your movement, your bonus action for the shillelagh, and your attack action for, blowing the door off. So I think you're done for this 6 seconds. Okay.
All right.
Okay, then we're going into the ship.
And at that point, she's not happy. The ship abruptly bobs up and down and back and forth wildly and says, "This hardly takes you off the hook, and don't think I've forgotten about you." She attempts to strike Sebby
Oh, dang.
with her hull.
Oh, dang. Okay, so roll to hit ship.
It will not be hard. It'll not be a lot of damage. She just wants to make sure he stops moving.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a straight d20.
Okay.
Oh,
A
no.
3. No. He's.
Sebby is not phased at all. He's
Uh,
like,
yeah. Um.
"Mhm."
Yeah. So the ship, like, appears to be trying to attack you, Sebby, but has not yet managed to hit you. Um. Still, that's a little odd. You know, a ship. Usually they just kind of float there. This one's now actively trying to attack you. Yeah. Okay, on the docks and now on the ship, being a bit thrown about by the movements of the ship as she's moving about, the guards are now making their way down in through the storage room and have made it to the start of the piston room. They are getting closer. As for the ones on the dock where Sebby was, the one tries to dive down so he can see you. I'm going to make a perception check with disadvantage. Let's see, that was. Okay, a 4. No, he can't see you. And the other guards are like sweeping their headlights across the water trying to find you. So they're still looking for you, but you're hidden from them. Um, still, yet. I would say also at this point, uh, Benmont, out of ways in the harbor on the rowboat, is just watching all this go down and is just like massaging his temples like, oh boy. Do I go in? Do I help? What should I do? I don't even see any of them. What are they doing? Um, so Benmont is going to hold his action to go and try to help once he sees one of you, any of you, like outside the boat. He can't get close to like go into the boat, but he's holding his action to try and help you once you actually leave the ship. So that brings us back around to Mr. Gibbs. There's an open cabinet. There's no Sebby to be seen. What would you like to do at this point?
I think his instinct would be to break something to get out, but like there apparently that hurts whatever hurts something, and he doesn't want to hurt people.
Okay.
So he's going to ask, like, how do we get out? Please. I don't really think any of us want to be here.
May
Get
I
out? Why would I let you out?
suggest
Because everything we do hurts you.
And I honestly, I don't want to hurt you. That is my instinct, is to wreck things. But that hurts whatever you are. I don't even know where you're coming from. Please.
He's wanting you to let us out of mercy because he doesn't want you to get hurt. I'm doing it as a threat.
Oh, very, very funny.
Why? Why are
I'm-
we threatening?
I don't know what to. Okay, you have your option. You could do this as intimidation, as persuasion. I'd say
Persuasion.
Why not?
persuade at disadvantage.
That's fair.
suggestion?
Mhm.
May I suggest you do investigation to see how Sebby escaped?
We can do that later. We'll try the persuasion route this time, if that's what Mr.
And-
Gibbs wants to do.
And unfortunately, Gibbs is very scatterbrained.
Oh
If
no.
he wasn't in a panic, he would probably think of that. But he is panicking at the moment.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty good. Roll
was
again
that
for
persuasion?
disadvantage.
Yeah, that was persuasion.
But yeah, roll again for disadvantage. We'll take the lower roll. 17. What do you think, Ship?
I'd say that she still says the whole very funny line about how they're threatening her and such, but she does tilt sideways. Like the whole ship tilts sideways very subtly. It doesn't like intentionally knock them off, more like thinking, and says, "You know what? Sure, I'll let you out. But first." And she, are they in the cabinet?
I'd say they're around the cabinet.
Oh, dang. All right. Well, the ship the entire ship like tilts in a direction so they all fall towards the cabinet, those who are close enough anyways. And the trapdoor underneath it slams open abruptly.
Okay.
After she does that, when they're all in the water, I have something else.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys going to fight this?
No.
Okay. Uh, so all three of you are shunted out into the ocean. Pum pum pum. And now Benmont is going to start rowing towards you because he sees that you land in the water. But it's going to
Before
take him.
that,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. The whole ship shudders and moves around in front of all of you so that you're behind her and closer to the shore. More shuddering, and then abruptly it leaps up into the air and slams back down in a giant wave.
Oh, trying to wash them ashore?
Exactly.
Okay, everybody, including Sebby, please make dexterity saving throws. I'll let you choose strength in order to like swim against the current, or dex to kind of swim and try to avoid the worst of the wave.
What's the dex for the owl?
He
I
got
think
wet.
Potu would just get swept up.
Yeah, you got wet wings, so it's gonna be hard for you to to fly away.
Hey,
Have fun!
Yeah. A 19 and 18. These are pretty good rolls here. All right. A 5. Ooh, on that one. Sebby, no. As deep as you were in the water, you weren't aware of what was going on, and you're just tossed up in this wave. Okay, and I need one more from
So just straight D20?
straight D20. Yeah, the dex a 2. Okay, yeah. Sebby and Mr. Patu are both washed ashore right in front of the officers. For Mr. Gibbs and Murmur, you two managed to stay in the water and are not, just deposited on the docks. But you have been knocked around a good bit. Uh, hmm. Okay. So, Benmont will then make his move. He's going to start. He's going to see that like the two of them got like washed up onto the shore. Not much he can do to help those guys, but he might be able to help the guys who are still in the water. He's going to start rowing towards you. We'll say he makes. He was about say 50 feet out. He makes it 30 feet in. And he's really reluctant to try and gain anybody's attention here. But he's like waving his arms, hoping that like one of the four notices him.
I'm assuming I notice.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I think okay.
Yeah. We'll say that he was 30, so he's about 20 feet out from the ship in his own little rowboat. Yeah. Okay. So back to the top of the round, Mr. Gibbs. Well, actually, the guards in the docks, they are going to essentially just kind of arrest Sebby and Mr. Patu. There's enough of them there that
Wait.
yeah.
Do they
Can
know
I-
that bird is related?
That's
Do
Can
what's
I
happening?
Can I pretend to be a normal Patu, not a
okay. Yeah,
magically?
that's a good point. You're just an
Yeah,
unfortunate
'cause-
Patu who got. Go ahead and give me a performance check to act like a normal Patu.
Charisma modifier for the owl.
Charisma is a -2.
Okay.
A 12. Okay. We'll say insight for these guys is a 9. They are taking a bit. Like one of them glances and like actually like scoops you up like, oh, poor thing. You're soaking wet. And then wraps you up in a towel.
Aww.
Don't worry, we'll get you to a rehabilitation center. We'll let you dry out. Yeah, so that's gonna be a little interesting. Sebby, let's see how to make this fair. I'll give you one chance. You have been like knocked. You're prone. They are going to attempt to put you in cuffs. You can make one chance at disadvantage. Say acrobatics to try and get away from them.
What about athletics?
Uh, I'll let you have athletics, but it's going to be a disadvantage. A 6? 12. Okay, so we're going with a 6. Not going to do it, my friend. You are unfortunately put in cuffs. You are now in the custody of the guard.
Ah,
All right, now we've had enough from you.
Sebby sort of like is going to cast command once again.
He's going to have to wait until his turn. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to go back up to Mr. Gibbs. It is your turn. You have just been dumped out into the water. Like two of your friends are apparently up on the docks. You're not exactly sure. One of them's in the water with you. What are you going to do? There's a whole lot of stuff going on around you.
There definitely is.
Yeah.
I think he is going to try and dive first, so
Okay.
that way he can't be seen.
Okay. You are going to be at half movement because you're swimming, and you aren't affiliated with the water much like Sebby is. So if you have a speed of 30, it's going to be down to 15.
That is totally fair.
Okay. So how deep are you diving, and are you just going to go the full 15 feet down?
You know what? Yeah, to be safe from how deep ships probably could go.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you've dived 15 feet down. Is there anything else you want to do with your turn? Do you want to look around, maybe look for an avenue of escape?
I kind of want to look for an animal.
An animal?
Yeah.
Okay. Use perception. Perceive animals. Okay, an 8. Um, it is hard to see down here, even with your glowing eyes. There are actually like tiny little fish that are actually sort of attracted to you because you glow a little. So like there's like little like sardine-sized fish like around you, but you don't see like any larger animals, unfortunately. They may have been scared off by the ship moving around.
That's totally fair. I mean, with enough tiny ones, should be.
Okay. Anything else that you'd like to do? I would say that you have a bonus action left.
Mm.
But if you're done, we can then move on to Sebby.
Yeah, no, I think he's done.
Okay.
He has an idea, but I think he's done for now.
Okay. Sebby, your current situation is your hands and your feet have been cuffed. You're free to speak because they haven't gagged you yet, but there are currently, I'd say, 4 to 5 guards currently within range. So if you're going to be casting command, you can do so on one.
One who has his hands on me.
Okay. There's probably 2 of them at the moment. Are you still going to cast command?
No. Sebby's going to make an unarmed strike and kick some of the guards away.
Okay. Roll to hit. It's going to be a little difficult. You are still prone, so you can use both legs at this point without, losing your balance and falling over. 18. Okay, that does hit one. Go ahead and roll damage.
And he's going to add Thunderous Smite to it.
Thunderous Smite, you can do a smite, but a Thunder Smite needs to be cast as a bonus action before you make your attack.
I thought that...
Thunder Smite is a spell, correct?
Yes, but I thought the first time you hit with a melee weapon attack...
You can do a regular Divine Smite if you want. A Thunder Smite is a separate spell that adds like a special type of damage onto that smite. That you have to cast before when you do you attack.
Spend one, deal 2d8.
Okay, so you're going to attach a smite on there. Okay, so mark off one spell slot and then roll damage.
So 3 plus.
I think it's like 3D. Well, it'd be like an unarmed attack because it's your feet. So it'd be
Yeah, it's 3 tech plus
2d8.
2d8.
Okay. Ten. Okay. Yeah, that's enough to like make one of them like you send one like almost flying. We'll flavor it so that there is actually like a bit of lightning coming off. So like one of them is just kind of like zip, and then wahoo and sploosh down into the harbor. There are still 4 on you at the moment, and when they see that you're fighting back, they're going to gang pile like get atop of you and try to make it so you can't. But you have managed to knock one away, and the others around you are sufficiently distracted at the moment. So there's
So
less
Sebby's going
attention
to
on your cohorts in the harbor at the moment.
yeah, Sebby's going to roll back into the ocean.
Well, he can't at the moment.
Oh.
Like there are still like 4 of them with their hands on you, restraining you.
Okay, so that's the end of my turn.
Yeah, I mean it's a good show. You knocked one of them into the harbor, and not to mention you're very distracting.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see then. With Sebby finished, we're going to go to Mr. Potu. You are currently wrapped in a blanket, a towel, by one very
So-
well-meaning guard.
So, Mr. Mantis is resisting the urge to go into a rage.
Wanna see
Because
a rage on
it
a
would not be.
Potu. Okay, go ahead.
Because if it would not be in his best interests at the moment, and he is just smart enough to realize that.
Okay. You are being carried away from the action as the guard is taking you back to the guardhouse to rest up and dry out.
So at this point, Mr. Mantis is like, "Ah, yes, all according to plan."
Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The polymorph lasts an hour, I believe, so it's still going. And nobody's really attacked you. Yeah. Okay. If that's all you're doing, then we are down to Murmur. Murmur, you are in the water. You've just been buffeted about by the waves. You weren't washed ashore, thankfully. You did see Gibbs dive down into the water.
I'm not quite sure what to do. I wanted to take Gibbs. Okay. I wanted to take Gibbs with me on this, but he's down there, so I'm going to go dive down to grab him, like just to hold his hand.
Okay. So you move 15 feet down. That's your full
Yeah.
extent of your movement in swimming. Grab his
Mhm.
hand. And what else would you like to do?
I grab his hand.
That's weird. Your thing
Is
is
there
leaking.
a form of
Your
is there a, huh?
backpack's leaking. Oh no, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Is there a form of Toon sign language?
Grolix, I would say, tends to appear as symbols above somebody's head. So if anybody is fluent in Grolix, they could read those symbols.
I don't know Grolix, but I'm
Okay, then you kind of have to pantomime what you're trying to make out.
I grab his other hand and I put it on my arm, and I try to tell him to keep a hold of me.
Yeah, Sebby's going to do that.
Oh no, I'm down with
Yeah, this is
I'm down with
this Sebby's
Gibbs.
on docks. This is Murmur and Gibbs down below in the water.
Mhm. I hope Gibbs understands. And I'm going. Is it possible to use gust of wind to push me 15 feet more? Cause it does say.
Does it generate
it-
wind or does it just manipulate
ge-
wind? Is my question.
It generates wind.
It generates wind. Okay, yeah, you
From
create
me.
a giant bubble of. Oh, somebody's Ghosty, your mic's getting kind of breathy there.
Oh yeah. I'm going to mute myself for a minute, if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So you create. It's interesting though because you create this giant bubble of air, where gust of wind normally would, but it does effectively push you in the direction that you want to go. It also
Yeah.
creates a giant bubble that ascends to the surface and tells everybody where you were, though. So,
As the bubble goes up, it's my turn, right?
yeah.
Yeah, cool. As the bubble goes up, well, right before that, actually, Wilma begins to speak, and you can see, or at least Ben Mont, and I presume, considering everyone else is underwater or
Mm-hmm.
occupied,
Yeah.
can see. Second, the figurehead in the front of the ship turn towards him,
Mm.
scowling heavily with their arms crossed, and says, "While I would love to set you all adrift, I'm sure my employer would like to know who stole from him this time around. Guards!" And just as the water bubble rises, there is a loud "Araga!"
Oh boy. Okay. In this case, Constitution saving throw for we'll say the folks in the water. The folks on the docks are probably not close enough that this is going to be super damaging, but those below in the water,
Uh,
water transmits the sound pretty well.
does it really?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that's how whales
Um,
talk.
After
I
she
guess,
does
but
this,
Yeah.
well, I'll let them roll. Yeah.
Constitution saving throw for you both.
I think Gibbs's
7.
hearing aids are still like turned up as well. Would that maybe has
I believe as a reaction you can turn them off. So, like, if you want to do that, you can do it as a reaction to this happening. But you'd then be
Yeah.
effectively deafened.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do that.
Okay. Seven's not going to make it, so you take, let's see, that's going to be D4. You take 4, like, audible damage, and you are deafened for 2 rounds from the sheer volume of this awuga coming down at you through the water. Because she's basically almost on top of you. You moved 15 feet out, so you're 15 feet down, 15 feet out. Um, yeah. So both of you are essentially deafened, one with some damage, one without.
All right. Well, after she does this, she checks to see, or tries to check to see if the guards are noticed, and then moves around using her movement action to try and block off Benmont.
Okay. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. This has gone wildly off the rails here. Uh.
Hope I'm not causing problems.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. This is chaos. Chaos incarnate. It's everything I could want from a game. So, the guards. More of them are ganging on to Sebby, and Sebby is now effectively being dragged away. He's been gagged. Essentially, Sebby has been taken out of the fight at this point.
Oh,
Unless, barring somebody going to rescue him. Okay, so Sebby has been essentially arrested.
It's alright, we can break him out later.
Yeah, there you go. Jailbreaks are always
I
fun.
feel like we're not going to do that, and you're just going to easily forget Sebby.
Nah. Yeah, I know it's disappointing at this point, but don't worry. I got plans. Okay. Yeah, so the
you
guards
got
have.
a plan.
Yeah, so the guards are, like, a bunch of them are currently preoccupied with getting the struggling Sebby off to the jailhouse. The other ones, the rest of them, like, turn back to look out at the ship, including the one that is holding Mr. Potu at the moment. So he is sufficiently distracted if Mr. Potu wanted to try and make his getaway. Benmont.
I will.
Benmont, out on the boat, realizes that the ship is the ship is alive. That's really weird, and is also blocking his ability to get to his friends. He's starting to wonder if it would be better to just retreat at this point, especially since he doesn't see either Gibbs or Murmur down below in the water. So he's going to hold his action still to just on the off chance that, like, one of the two resurfaces, to see if he could still help them. but it's going to be difficult with the ship in the way. The guards also, having noticed the Awuga and the folks, they are making plans to get down into the water in their own smaller boats. So that will take us back to Mr. Gibbs. You were below. You are deafened. There are little sardines, following around, and you have been just jetted 15 feet out further into the ocean uh, by Murmur's little bubble.
The original plan, that's out the window now. But I think he could still do that.
Okay. What would
Just
you?
not. Where is his features and traits? Can he cast Speak with Animals?
Yeah.
Can they speak?
Yeah.
In the water?
I'd say you'd be sacrificing a bit of time with your air, but you could speak with the sardines around you if you wanted to.
In the long run, that would be worth it. So that's what he's going to do.
All right, so there's a whole bunch of little sardines, and they're all going light, 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 food, light,
that's
food,
cute.
food, light, food, light, food.
No food yet. But if you wouldn't mind getting us over to the ship that's not trying to kill us, I could probably give you some.
Like the sardines seem to think about this for a bit. I'd suggest saying no more because you're down to about 2 minutes of air now. And you can see that like there's a little like food, ship not kill, take. Yeah. And there's something like a swarm of sardines that I'm just gonna go ahead and roll like a D2 to see which direction they take you. Okay. We'll say that they take you in the advantageous direction, and they, like a whole school of sardines, start moving you in the direction of Benmont's boat, not the boats that the guards were trying to get into. Yeah, so they will move you sardines, like a whole school of them. How fast can we say they go? They move you 30 feet in that direction. So they have effectively, I'd say you've gone under Wilma at this point, and you're still below the water, but you are past her. But that's going to be the extent of your turn, so we're going to move. Sebby is out of the turn order at the moment. So we go move on to Mr. Patu. What would Mr. Patu like to do?
Is going to try to escape.
Okay. Then just give me an acrobatics roll. +1 to Dex. To your Dex check.
Shit. I'll just re-roll here.
Okay.
Sorry, I rolled in the wrong chat.
Okay.
Still not great.
Not the best. The towel is still kind of around you. And the guy is distracted, so you manage to make it most of the way out of the towel before he realizes that you're trying to get away, but he's not going to fight it. If you're trying to go and you seem like you want to go, he's going to let you. So he takes the rest of the rest of the towel off, and you're still pretty damp. Flying, I'd say that your movement is halved for flying. You have a fly feet of 60 normally, so you'd be able to fly 30 feet. So you can fly away. What would you like to do with your movement?
So I'm going to fly about 30 feet away from where the ship is.
Okay, so
not like towards the ocean, but like along the shore.
Okay. All right. So you're 30 feet away along the shore. I don't even know if the ship is aware that you're there at this point, since she's preoccupied. Yeah.
Probably not.
Probably not. Just a bird. You can get away fairly easily. Okay, so that will bring us to Murmur. There's a whole
She's
school of
lost track of
sardines.
too.
I know. There's a whole school of sardines like swimming you along out to sea. Do you want to swim with them?
Uh, I kind of want, well, like, to make sure my speed is higher than 30, I kind of want a wild shape, but I don't know if that'll scare them.
Oh, do you have? Are you at the point where in like a level of druid where you actually can take a shape that has swimming?
That I believe that's the next level.
Okay. Um, it might not be best just because unless you have the swimming, whatever form you take, the speed is going to be halved.
Well, yeah, but like I could turn that half speed from 15 to 20.
That's true. Um, you could take a chance with it.
I could, but I just don't want to scare off the sardines because
Hmm.
they're really helping us.
Yeah, they are. All right. So what'll you do?
Mm, let, let me just look through and see, because I am thinking of maybe turning into a prey type animal so that they're not intimidated.
Okay.
Just let me.
Maybe sardine.
Well, I can't.
A sardine would
All
have a
right.
swim speed. Yeah,
All right. Not a cat. Cats like fish.
that's true.
Would they be? Do I? Can I make an insight check on them to see if I can tell if they're going to get scared if they see a deer in the water?
I
Go ahead.
Would that work?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll see.
All right.
All right.
Hey.
A dirty 21. Nice. From what you can tell, they seem to be very single-minded. You have no idea what Gibbs said to them, because he was currently using the speak with animals. Uh, but they seem very single-minded in moving you out in a direction you're not sure where. Um, you think it might be worth a try?
All right. I'm going to wild shape into deer so that my speed is now 25 because deers move 50 feet.
Okay, yeah. So you just so wild. Okay, yeah. Movement is halved, so you're moving at 25 feet, so you move out further. You're now below. You can see above you the shape of a smaller boat.
All right. I can do a double movement since I haven't taken any actions
Okay.
because actually no, is that wild shape an action or a bonus action?
Why don't you go check on that? I'm not
It's a
sure.
bonus action.
Okay, bonus action. Use your movement. You could
All
use a
right.
dash action to go further.
All right. I'm gonna gesture Gibbs over like with my deer head.
All right. Do you want to hold that dash until Gibbs is on to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like I, yeah, I would like to
The dash.
hold my dash
Okay.
until Gibbs is with me.
Okay.
He believes that everyone has left him, that
Uh,
he has been abandoned.
that is a real yeah. No worries there. Yeah, but don't worry, Hazard. I've got you.
Does,
We're
does,
not gonna be abandoned for very long.
it's all right. I have heat metal. We can get out.
Yeah.
We can get you out of jail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a
Oh,
hammer, it's fine.
This isn't me.
Tutu has a plan.
Oh, poor Sebby.
Sebby actually believes he's been betrayed because honestly, the only two that he's seen get out are the newbies, the ones that aren't pirates,
Oh.
and he believes because of his grand standing, they've decided to abandon him.
Oh no, Sebby. Oh.
Oh, Sebby.
Okay. So that Murmur is holding his dash. That leaves it up to the ship. The ship's turn, I believe. If she
Well, well then. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, so I guess at this point, the ship has reduced is gone just simply scowling, trying to memorize the appearances of well, I guess Benmont since she doesn't know where the other ones are necessarily. she uses her turn to move towards Benmont. No, try and force him to back up, I suppose.
Okay.
And
How-
shakes a bit to stir up the water.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was only about 20 feet out. Yeah, 20 feet out, so you probably get right up
Intimidation.
onto
Shall I
him.
roll?
Yeah, go ahead,
Shall
roll
I roll?
intimidation.
Let me
Never
intimidate.
mind.
Should I just do like a straight d20?
Yeah, if you don't know what the modifier would be.
I mean, she's a boat.
That's true. I mean, she's
D20
really...
it is.
A D20. A 13. Fairly intimidating. I mean, she's a big old boat.
You can always like add something to it depending on how you feel.
Yeah, that's true.
But she is a boat.
Yeah. And like, who wouldn't be intimidated with like a big old boat bearing down on like your little rowboat? Benmont
Exactly.
is just like watching the ship come towards him, like, oh my god. Uh,
And
yeah.
she's skipping very heavily.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay, we'll go to the guards and then we'll go to Benmont's. So the guards, they've taken Sebby away. They've gotten down to the rowboats. They're trying to row out into the harbor after, but they move a lot slower. So they can get 30 feet out, but currently, I think the party as it currently stands is more like 60 feet out from shore. Yeah. Benmont is going to like look at this boat that's bearing down, and he's going to move the rowboat out of the way because he doesn't want the rowboat to get crushed. Which is what he thinks the ship is
Wait.
trying to do.
I I was just remembering something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moose do actually dive. Is it possible
They
to?
can.
Yeah. The only stats that is similar is elk, which I'm pretty sure is not a moose. Is
Okay.
it possible to say that I have taken shape
I would
as a moose?
argue that a moose is a large creature too, so a deer. But if a moose actually has a swim speed, you probably wouldn't be able to use a moose.
Well, in D&D, I don't think they would have a swim speed.
Okay. You know what? I'll allow it, but
Yeah,
you won't
actually,
have a swim speed.
yeah, I know.
But
It's
you
still
will be
the
a size larger. You're now a moose in a school of sardine.
yeah.
So it's just for flavor.
Yeah, for flavor.
Yeah, it's really for flavor because
For
there's not really
funsies.
any moose
Okay.
stat blocks, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha. So, okay, Benmont is backing up as far away from the giant ship that's bearing down him as far as he can go. And he's freaking out because he really doesn't want the rowboat to be crushed because that's their getaway vehicle. So he's moved away as much as he can. We'll say about 30 feet. Okay, so Mr. Gibbs, it's your turn. I believe the moose motioned for you to grab on. All right.
Honestly, I don't think he's gonna trust the moose.
Oh no!
Like, I'm really sorry. Like,
Wait, don't you have speak with animals still up?
Oh yeah, you'd be able to understand the moose.
Um,
oh heck.
yeah. The moose speaks, in Murmur's voice, like here.
Come
Still
with me if you
trying.
want to live.
He does
Okay.
want to live, but like, I think he motions for the sardines as well to like follow for food. Very quick, very simple. But yeah.
Okay. All right. So Gibbs grabs on to Murmur, and Murmur, you can
Yep.
use that dash action for 25 feet. Where are you going?
You said I was able to see a small boat.
Yeah, the boat has moved away, and the larger ship has also moved above you. So
How close is that boat?
the rowboat, I would say, has moved 30 feet out, and you are 15 feet still down in the water. You would need to, you could either surface and then go to it, or you could kind of make it, but you wouldn't really able to break the surface on this turn.
Is it possible to like turn myself in a way to obscure Gibbs as I resurface?
You are in a school of fish, so your outline is effectively obscured. I'd say so.
Uh,
Like if Gibbs is just on the far side from the ship.
yeah. I'm just gonna poke out my moose head out of the water so that Gibbs isn't seen
Okay.
by and I'm just going to make a very loud moose noise.
Okay.
Moose noise. Do an impression. Do an
Please,
impression.
please.
I don't wait. I have a
How
person in the
effective is
room
this?
that should know how a moose sounds. Actually, no, he does not know how a moose sounds. In fact, he shook his head no. Damn.
Disappointing.
Okay.
Just honk or something.
Yes, he honks. He honks in joy.
Aw. Okay. So, there is a
Ignore
large
Awooga
moose noise,
sounds.
and that definitely catches Benmont's attention.
A smaller Awooga noise.
probably both the ship and Benmont turn at the same time to look at this giant moose that
Just
Hey,
disappears.
it's factually correct that moose do dive into the ocean.
yeah.
That's why one of orca's preys are
It's
moose.
true.
It's crazy.
It's true. I can't deny it. This is not the first moose that she's seen.
Okay, this is amazing. Okay, so Murmur, that is your okay, no, that was the end of Gibbs' turn. You used your held dash. That means Mr. Patu, did you have any other thing you wanted to work on? You were moving 30
Okay,
feet along the shore?
Question.
Yes.
What kind of street light do they have on this area? Is it lantern?
I would assume lantern, yes.
Can I find a lantern nearby?
Okay, yeah, it's pretty easy.
Okay. Do I need to roll for that?
No, you find a lantern, no problem.
Okay. I am going to knock over a lantern to try and start a fire.
Okay, I will have you roll to hit the lantern to
More
try and knock it
fire.
off its post.
Second case of arson.
Second case of arson. A 4. It's a little
Like-
difficult to try and knock something while you're flying, as you find out. A 4, I don't think I can give it to you on a 4. A 5, maybe? Even as a stationary object, it's like hanging in the air. So you just miss it. Your wing clips it and it rocks back and forth. You can feel the heat from the flame inside. But you don't manage to knock it off the post.
The Patu hits the lantern and goes, "Oof, ouch, that's hot."
Oof, ouch, oof, owie.
It is an awooga.
Alright, so that will bring us back to Murmur. Mr. Moose out of the water.
Just to keep out of suspicion, I'm going to swim a little past the rowboat and try to get out of sight from the boat because man, what a boat.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, so the ship and Benmont just kind of watch this head, kind of treading water path, just slowly turning to watch this moose go by. I just confused beyond all belief at what has transpired this evening. Yeah, you will be able to make it past because you moved 15 feet up, 10 feet out, and then 25 feet more out. Yeah, you're able to make it just into the, 5 feet past the rowboat.
Yeah, I'm trying to convey something to Benmont, but it's difficult because I am a moose. So I'm going to nibble at one of the sides of the boat to show it's me.
Okay, there's the moose is now trying to eat his boat. What else
You
could
try-
go wrong?
Wait,
Get
whose
off!
boat? Whose boat?
The rowboat, Benmont's rowboat.
Okay.
And I
Get. This is not the time. Why would you think the rowboat's edible? Get off! Get. Shoot! He doesn't
Wilma
know.
is laughing.
Get.
First time?
as I am I able to get the rowboat like in my mouth enough so that I can hold it?
Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to hold on to the edge with your mouth.
All right, can I try to swim with the while pulling the rowboat? Like
You've
as
already
my
used all
as
your
my
movement.
double action.
Oh,
As my
for a
dash.
dash? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to slow you down further, though, because now you're trying to carry Gibbs and pull a rowboat at the same time. So instead of 25, you are able to move 12 feet away.
Uh yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to gesture for the rowboat to move as I'm trying to pull it a little more.
Benmont has taken up one of the oars and appears to be in the mood to maybe try and whack you over the head with it. He doesn't
Oh
understand.
no.
Um, the ship might take priority, though, but if that's the last of your turn, that we'll see what the ship is going to do.
One more awooga.
Auga!
Awooga. Uh, I I well, this is not, as I said, this is not the first time that Wilma has seen a moose. She Briggs, can I ask, can she put together one and one and say, well, that's not a normal moose. Why was it under me?
I'd say do
Or
an
yeah,
insight
you.
check.
Insight
Yeah, let's
check.
do that. That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm gonna insight. Let's straight D20 because I don't know her stats. She's
Oh, that's
actually,
fair.
do ships have stats? Let's look it up. Someone look up ship stats for me.
I don't know.
I feel like they would only have
I imagine they have
like
HP.
health.
I stand corrected. There's a sailing ship under vehicles, and int, wisdom, and charisma are all 0, but con, dex, and strength have modifiers.
Well, she's a living ship, so she would have something.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
it's
just
still
stick with the
well,
regular ship for now. We have
Okay.
planned for later.
regardless, average
Oof! Nope,
or
that's a real
0,
moose as far as she's
0
concerned.
mod-
It's a moose!
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a moose.
The moose is trying
Moose
to eat the
do dive.
rowboat.
Moose do dive.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. This
It's-
is not the first moose she's
It's
seen.
not the weirdest thing that's happened to her this night, which is strange, but hey, there's a moose. And it's
Yeah,
trying
I mean,
to
it
take his
happens.
rowboat.
She's cool with that. The moose is eating someone other than her, so yay.
Okay. Yeah, fun.
Yeah, okay.
What is she going to
So
do in this
she's-
case? The moose has pulled the rowboat 12 feet.
Yeah,
Well, 12 feet
that's the
further away
thing.
from her.
That's the thing, though. She doesn't want that robot to leave. I
Yeah,
think
so it's now
she's just-
42 feet away from her. I'm not exactly sure how far the ship can travel in one round.
Well, I'm sure she can travel just fine. 5 miles per hour.
God, I'm just
I'm not
thinking-
doing
I'm
math. We'll say you can do like
yeah,
40
I'm not
feet
dealing.
per
Can
round.
she like move 50, 60 feet?
That sounds fair. 50. We'll go 50.
All right. So,
So
if it's 45 feet away,
So you can
could
move
she
right up on it.
feasibly? Yeah, she'd be like right next to the ship. It's the mini boat, the rowboat. So I think she's just
Yeah, go ahead.
laughing, mind you, but she's gonna try and, on the side away from the moose, move to intercept the rowboat. Not cut it off because she can't quite do that, but she is going to try and do that and make an Nah, she's not gonna awooga. I think she's already caught the attention of the guards. At least she hopes so.
Yeah.
And starts muttering to herself about where on earth is, or where in Inkwell is that foolish gnome? And as though summoned, we cut to the dock where you see this little strange man toddling about with the most confused expression. He's pushing through the crowd, and he's looking around, going, "What on earth is going on?"
Probably there's a struggling pirate that is being carted away by guards just off to his right, heading up towards
He
the.
notices that.
Yeah.
But he's just looking from his ship to Whitty himself has showed up, and he's looking from the ship to the pirate to just the entire crowd that showed up to watch this. And he throws up his hands like, "Twice in a week?" Good thing I set those traps.
Wait, I just made a realization. So you know how I am a moose and being an inconvenience.
Uh-huh.
Untitled Moose Game.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. The guards are continuing to attempt to keep up with the rowboat and the ship. They make another 30 feet out. We'll say that seeing that their quarry is trying to get away, they dash and make it 60 feet out. So they are very close, hot on the heels at the moment in their rowboats. Benmont now has a moose that's trying to eat his rowboat and a ship that's right beside him, and this is all getting very precarious. The moose is by far the more easier thing to deal with, so he's going to come over, and I'm going to have him make a perception check to see if maybe he notices that there is extra cargo with the moose. Okay, a 19. I think he would notice that there is someone hanging on to the side of the moose from this vantage point, right up above the moose. So he looks closer and he
Well-
realizes, oh, wait, this is. He's not saying this, but he's putting two and two together now. Oh, boy.
As this goes on, Sebby look he isn't struggling as much as he is just sort of become sad.
Oh, poor guy. Yeah, they probably are almost to the jailhouse at this moment, but it's up a hill, so you actually have a decent view of what's going on out in the harbor. The various boats, the lights from the various boats as they're traveling about, the rowboats heading out, the lights from the ship, and its smaller rowboat below it. Um, so you get a pretty good view of what's going on out there, and they're not having an easy time. All right. At this point, also, I'd say the guards in the rowboats are close enough to yell out across the water. If you lay down your weapons, we will be arrested, and no other harm will come to you. We cannot guarantee your safety if you do not.
Awooga.
Thank
And
you.
that is my line.
All right. So it's
I don't know things. I'm a moose.
a moose. Yeah, a mooga. Um. Yeah. So that Benmont has realized that that is Gibbs on the other side of the moose, and if there's a moose here, that probably means that Murmur is the moose. Um, there's not much he can do with this knowledge, though, because there is still a ship that's just like breathing down his shoulder, and currently the ship doesn't know that the moose is Murmur. Which is,
I mean, it's kind of literal with the breathing down.
yeah, literally. Um, but the ship can't cut him off, so instead he's just going to attempt to row the boat with the moose attached. So this is going to slow the boat down a good bit. He's only going to be able to make it like 15
Oh, I
feet.
would have let I would have let go after I pulled it a little bit, but it's
Oh.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, he's pulled the moose 15 feet out in the rowboat, further away from the ship. Uh, just because it's about the only thing he can really think to do at this point.
Muffled moose noises.
Muffled moose noises. And hopefully glub 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 glub, not like drowning from Gibbs. But hey, speaking of Gibbs, what would you like to do?
Well, this is chaos. I
Yes.
think he at least understands that. Um, can he peek his head above the water to see the other rowboats?
Yeah, I'd allow it. At this point, there's a whole bunch of chaos that, like, the light from your eyes might not be noticed. If you want to, yeah. So, are you just trying to see, just to get an idea of what's going on around you?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, you can see that the rowboats of the guards are probably about 30 feet out at this point from you. The ship is 15 feet back. Uh, you're hanging on to a moose. The sardines are keeping up because they're still interested in being fed.
that is perfect. Well, the sardine still being there.
Yeah.
That would be in his hammer space, which is probably attached.
Also, you can breathe now,
back
so
at
that's
the
great.
moment. Yes. He has
Uh,
rations, and he would like to entice and feed some of the sardines if he can,
Okay.
You,
and be like,
the-
cause chaos for everyone else except for this boat.
Chaos, chaos, chaos. Rations, rations. Food, 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 food.
Yes,
Hmm.
food.
Chaos, chaos, chaos. So they think about this for a bit. I'm gonna see. Roll persuasion. We'll have you roll something.
He does. Would he have to pull the rations out of his hammer space?
Yeah. So you're in the
Okay.
water. A little bit of water is going to get in there.
I honestly, I don't think he really cares.
Yeah.
Hey, you get to store water in your hammer space.
Salt water, but
To him, water is water.
yeah, water is water.
Oh, salt water. From what I gathered, salt water is actually pretty good for dousing fires, I believe.
Well, that's true.
Is that just a straight D20?
Um, well, persuasion would be, I believe,
Oh.
d20 plus your charisma modifier.
Mm-hmm. If you're proficient, you add your proficiency.
A 7. Um, They don't seem to be buying it. They could move a moose and one other person along. Well, two people along. They're sardines. There's not much they can do about a big old ship plus the rowboats.
That's fair.
Food, 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 food.
He is. If he is allowed, he will just give them the ration anyways, because they did what he had asked initially, and that's enough for him. They deserve it.
Aw, there is a chorus
They
of
earned it.
small yay, and then nom 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 as they close in on around the ration. Um, the sardines have been left behind, but you have kept your end of the bargain, and you are now a friend of the sardines. You can add them to your allies if you want.
That is the best title ever.
Friend of the sardines. Yes. Okay, so you have fed them. You could try to move up into the rowboat and assist Benmont in rowing. You still have your
Absolutely.
movement.
You know what? You know what? That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay, yeah. When Benmont will give you a hand, so it's once he sees like you're actually trying to get into the boat, and help pull you in. So now, yeah, you're in the rowboat. Sweet.
Hello. How
Ah.
are you? It's been chaos. I don't know how this transpired, so don't ask.
Awooga.
That is just the wooga is just the moose
that's-
noise now.
That is
yeah,
Murmur, by the way.
yeah,
That is Murmur.
Okay, I gathered as much. What happened in there? Why are we being chased by the ship?
I
But
told you not to ask me. I don't know. And he has his
Uh,
hands in.
yeah.
He
Okay.
has his face in his hands.
Okay,
He is
less
stressed.
thinking, more rowing. He like thrusts like one of
Yeah.
the paddles into your hand.
That I can do, and he's just frantically trying to do so.
By the way, since I assume your speak with animals is still up.
Yeah. So let's
Murmur is singing Piano Man.
What?
I'm very
It's just confusion all around.
just
Uh,
pure confusion. I don't think. he's
Can
ever
Murmur
been
not
this
be a moose
confused.
anymore?
You hear Murmur say, because you can talk to Moose, gotta stay a moose to keep the confusion off me.
Well, Benmont can't hear this.
Yeah, but I'm assuming there's a translator here.
Okay. But we'll cut back because this has been too long. It is now Mr. Patu's turn. Are you going to try again with the lantern?
Yes, he's going to try and attack the lantern.
Okay, please roll again. +3 to hit.
You can do it, Patu. I believe in you.
Oh, that's a
we
19!
go.
You come around, sweep around, and with your Patu talents, just very beautifully knock this lantern up off its hook, and it goes whoof, 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 and shatters on the ground, spilling fire around, and you can see that it is starting to catch on the wooden boards of the dock. I don't think anybody.
Can I use my?
Yeah.
Can I use my movement to fly away?
Yeah. Which way are you going?
I'm going to start heading towards the rowboats.
Okay. Currently
Question.
there. Yeah. Yes, question.
Okay, I was gonna hold this until Wilma's turn, but since Whitty's on the dock, can I react to this?
If it's a reaction. Otherwise, he'll have to wait for his turn at the end of the round.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna say that can he note the fire because the fire.
Um,
I would like to know if he could notice the Potu flying away.
Let's say
We'll let
perception.
him. Yeah, perception check on his turn.
All right, fair. I need
Okay.
to find his sheet.
Yeah. Okay.
Untitled Patu game.
Untitled Patu game, untitled Moose game, untitled Rowboat game. Oh my lord. Okay, so
Untitled boat game.
my cat has decided to try and say hello. Nope, Miss Kitty, I need to concentrate, please. Please, I love you. I love you, Kitty. Okay, so we had Mr. Patu flying towards the rowboat. That brings us around to Murmur Moose.
Yeah, I'm going. It's not a dive, but it's just like going beneath the surface
Okay,
so that I am obscured.
okay.
But I'm just gonna keep swimming along.
Okay. The boat is going to
and-
outdistance you outdistance you at this point because there are two people
Yeah,
manning the
it's
row. The oars.
yeah, I'll yell out to Gibbs in my awugas. I'm gonna say I'm gonna hit land a little farther from here. Just meet me up later. I have the map.
Does
And
Gibbs
I'm going.
Did Gibbs get all
He
that?
got,
Yeah, he got it.
Okay.
yeah, just make sure to relay that. And yeah, the moose is going to head towards shore, more towards the. If there's any wooded area around here.
Well, let's see. It's the docks. Wooded area is pretty far away. It's a bunch of docks.
All right. Yeah, I'm going.
I'd say it would
going-
be a long swim to get to an area that isn't docks.
Yeah, I'm going. Just a lot of docks, huh?
It's a docks, and then there's town where the docks aren't. It'd be pretty far out, like in the bay, to get to some like wooded area or just any like a shore, basically.
I feel more safe with a shore area.
Okay. We'll say
I'm
that.
gonna-
Yeah. We'll say that it is currently. It would take you about 3 rounds to swim out to the shore.
Yeah, I prefer to get. Yeah, I'm gonna relay to them. I'm gonna hit a shore,
Okay.
and I'm gonna keep I'm gonna prioritize double moving to
Okay.
Get to a shore.
Okay. So 50 feet towards the shore. You have 2 more rounds to go before you make it with the double movement.
Yeah.
Okay. Would the ship or would Whitty like to do something here?
The ship would like to do something.
Okay.
The ship takes out a sending stone. You know, the figurehead does.
Okay.
You should see this giant sending stone appear next to the ship. No, the figurehead does. and contacts someone and says, "Whitty, you doesn't contact someone rather, but it was ringing. My bad.
Okay.
Whitty, you certainly took a while. Where have you been? Not now, Wilma. What is going on? What in Icewell is happening? You see, Whitty, there has been another break-in, as I'm sure you've gathered. There's at least one tune in a party of 4, and I believe a tiefling is attempting to escort them out. I am distracting them, but in the meantime, I would like to inform you that your Potu trap went off. Better than I expected to, honestly. and there should be one around on the shore somewhere. Keep an eye out, would you? Oh, and there's a moose. She abruptly hangs up. Again, she attempts to cut off the rowboat. Like, now that the moose isn't there, she has no worry about just trying to go directly in front of it.
Okay.
I think it'd be fair to say that she could probably cut it off, especially if she dashes.
Yeah, she cuts it off.
I mean, I think she'd practically bowl over the thing while doing so, but so maybe because she dashes past.
Okay, so it is currently just
Rocking.
Benmont and Gibbs in the boat.
Yeah, she doesn't know what happened to the moose or the other tune, but she is aware of at least one tune, and she's keeping her eyes on that guy.
Okay. Yeah, this is. Benmont is
Innocent
exact-
moose noises.
innocent moose noises. All right. I don't think that ship's going to let us go at any point here. I've got one idea, but it's going to require you to hold on really tight.
It's going
Meanwhile,
toward shore, if that
bef-
helps.
Oh, what was that? I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought that was
That's Benmont talking to Gibbs.
yeah. So Gibbs was going to relay that Murmur was going to shore.
Okay. Okay, that's okay. Yeah, if it's just you, I think I can manage. Trying to carry a moose would have been nuts. But yeah, if you just
This entire thing has been nuts. Just do what you need to do. I will react accordingly as best as I can.
okay. Yeah, that's great. Shame
Poor
about the
grandpa.
rowboat, but better the rowboat than us, huh? He's going to grab onto Gibbs, hold on to Gibbs tightly, like in a hug, and he's hoping Gibbs will hug him back. And from his shoulder,
Absolutely.
yeah, and from his shoulders underneath, like this kind of green rain shroud, two wings extend, and he flaps. And he's half movement because he's carrying someone, but he's going to be dashing. He flies 40 feet up straight into the air, abandoning the rowboat.
I'd say that he's probably still within, like, he's probably parallel to I mean, he's not above the ship.
Probably not made it like all the way up above the ship, but he's probably in the area of the masts at the moment.
All right, not much that she can do about that.
Yeah.
So-
But that ends his turn. As for the rowboats of the guards, they have now they saw like one of them saw a moose go, and it's just like, what's up with the moose? Okay, but now that
I
their quarry is
imagine another person is. I imagine another, like, someone's like, "Why is there a moose in the ocean?" And another is like, "Well, technically speaking, moose do hunt in the ocean."
yes. Is it a European or an African swallow? But yeah.
oh, but
The guards have caught up.
for the rest of my, may I go?
Yeah. The guards have caught up with
Sorry.
the ship, but they have taken custody of the rowboat, but there's nobody in it anymore. Okay, so Moose is taking a swim. Potu is.
Oh, I wasn't done.
Oh yes, go ahead.
I still have Whitty.
Okay.
But before that, Wilma is just kind of going to watch the she again, as she presumes it's a tiefling, fly off, and just rolls her eyes and starts making her way slowly back to harbor. She's done
Okay.
her part.
Okay.
She's
yeah,
had
that's
enough
fair.
of this.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
Whitty, meanwhile, just splutters at the descending stone for a bit because how dare she hang up on him? But then he looks around wildly in an attempt to find Potu.
Okay. Roll perception.
I think it's a +1. So
7.
oh, he's oblivious.
Nope.
Yes, it's over.
Looks like there might be a fire starting over there, though. Maybe somebody should put that out.
Yeah.
Okay, I think at this point, it's safe to say that 4 of the 5 members of the team have managed to escape. But Sebby is now locked in the jailhouse, and we are going to have to address that. But we're not going to do that tonight because tonight has gone long enough. We're going to call an end to the session here. Thank you so much, everyone, for playing.
I can't believe it was worse than Sad's group.
Hey, it started out really good, and
Yeah.
then someone tripped the wire. Well, not
Someone-
wire. Someone pushed a button.
Poor Sebby went flying out of the cabinet. Poor guy. Okay, but yeah, this gives me yeah.
Sebby also believes he is betrayed.
Aw.
He is
Mm,
just been abandoned by his quote unquote allies.
Ah.
I don't know what's going on. I have a map, moose.
Matt Moose.
Awooga.
Matt Moose. Patu.
Map moose.
Who
So,
turns back
for
into a
reference-
shrimp, mantis shrimp.
So, for reference, Mr. Mantis definitely thinks the ship is possessed by the devil now, because she turned him into a bird.
Awesome. Also, she did not deny this. She did say, "Yeah, sure, okay, I'm the devil."
Mhm.
She
Eh.
did say something like that. I
Uh,
recall saying that.
well, best thing about it, at least we got the map.
Yeah, we
it's
have the
We
like-
map.
got a map.
A map.
Yeah. We got a map, and
Hopefully it's
nobody
the right
knows how
map.
to read. Hopefully it's the right map.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Breaks.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey, yes,
Breaks.
yes.
Please.
You'll find out next session.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Next time with Whitty,
Next time on the race to Atlantis. All right,
which
so
I think I can tell you guys is probably gonna occur on, best guess, the 3rd.
nice. All right, so I'm going to stop
Bye.
recording here. Everybody say goodbye. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.